Hello, internet friends, and welcome to Quests in Cthulhu. It is Saturday night. Thank you so much for spending part of your geekend with us. We really appreciate it. We are the Great Dane Society. We are playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition in the Old West, down darker trails. Just a few quick announcements. I want to, first of all, I want to shout out, oh, wow, look at that product placement.
Yeah, exactly. That's called cheating.
I want to shout out Sim Ogre, who on our April 1st stream sent to the Great Dane Society one of the benefit cards. So they have the card of swiftness. So at some point during this game of your choosing, you're all going to be really fast for one round. I hope you use it on the train personally. I think that's so thank you, Sim Ogre. That is awesome. And again, we have a giveaway this session, and it's not tea, so someone other than Bon Clancy might win. We have a PDF copy of the Call of Cthulhu coloring book that we'll be giving away at the break. And big news, huge news, stop the presses. The official dice of the Great Dane Society, Birds of Paradise, has new styles on the website. Pictures coming soon. But there are new birds in the nest. Why don't they call their website the Nest? They should. It's right there.
I don't know, but I will suggest that.
That one's free, Andrea. That one's free from me to you.
That Facebook, that might be a good Facebook group name.
There we go. Then yeah. So
not to be confused with the creepy eavesdropping device that who makes Google?
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
Birds of Paradise, the official dice, the Great Dane Society. They have, what is it? It's desert sandstone. That's also, by the way, the fragrance I'm wearing tonight, Desert Sandstone. They have those. They have large dice, bigger size dice. You can get, you can make even more noise when you roll them on the table for some. What's the reverse of ASMR? RMSA? I don't know.
Clatter. It's the bang and the clatter.
The bang and the clatter. We love the Birds of Paradise. The only dice that I will roll on this stream, Birds of Paradise. We have we have our usual week of fine televised entertainment for you here. I want to apologize to Dragon of Icespire Peak, which I referred to on the Discord as a WB drama.
What's wrong with that?
It's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Dragons of Dawson's Creek is what we're.
Percy, Percy.
Way more a CW show. It's way more CW.
Oh, there we go. CW. Yeah, I'm old.
I mean,
it's WB used to be like that back
fair.
in the day. Now it's the CW. So Dragon of Icespire Peak on Monday. They are doing awesome stuff. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I really like the way James runs a table. It is a very fun game and a fun crew. And then Saturday, we're back with Rime of the Frost Maiden at their exciting new time, 12. That's 12 Pacific, 9 Eastern, and 10 Mountain, I guess. I don't really know.
The fact that you can.
Me neither. What?
Tigeron can figure it out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, put it in the. But so they start now at noon Pacific, and then we come in. The Great Dane Society comes in Saturday evening to close it out, and I think does anyone have anything? Oh, and the Redacted Report season 2 is starting soon with Dan. I won't even try and pronounce his last name.
Vashkevich is the closest that I can get to it. I'm probably wrong.
Vashkevich?
Vashkevich.
Wow. So they season 2, it's a new keeper. They've added a new player you might recognize. And it's it's going to be the same general idea, just dialing the awesome up even more. And pretty soon Dan will start to learn my pain of, damn it, people like these people and I can't kill them. It is the frustration of except for
I was gonna say we're so sorry about that.
It's funny. I've discussed this with a couple of other streaming GMs. Like, it's a thing. Like plot armor in these games is a weird because characters become well, okay, beloved might be a little strong. Tolerated, I think long tolerated.
Enjoyed well enough.
And it's a whole thing. But anyway, that's a whole another thing. So Redacted Report season 2 Wednesday it starts.
Wednesday.
Well, there you go. There starting soon. I think that's it for announcements. So friends, follow us down darker.
I've got a math segment that I've got to get
Oh,
to.
that's right. Damn it. I have forgotten America's. Well, I see when Amy doesn't do it, it doesn't occur to me.
Yeah.
But
Well, should I mind read it?
No.
What?
I'm
I don't know
excited.
what that means.
What would
but-
that
okay.
entail? I'm excited to hear.
Hold on. It entails something like this.
wait,
So Thomas
actually-
has a bunch of bits, and I just go this. I feel like there's 1,000 bits from
J. Matthews to
to
Ezra.
Ezra. There we go.
You gotta do Carson joke. You gotta do Karnak jokes with this.
I don't know. I don't remember that part of it. I just remember the envelope to the head, and he answered the
God.
question.
The
and then
flies of
opened it up.
1,000 camels infest your shorts.
Yeah.
So we then have J. Matthews 85 to the player, specifically Tiana, for her job at being a keeper today.
Nice.
Thank
Put
you.
that
Although,
over there.
Monster Hearts isn't a keeper. Is Monster?
Yes, Monster of the Week. The GM is
Before.
called the Creeper Keeper.
Well, there we go. All right.
So I was in fact a keeper today, and
And
it was
that's
a lot of
that's
fun.
powered by the Apocalypse, right?
I think so, because it's a
Yeah.
2d6 system.
Nice.
And I appreciated J. Matthews stopping by and donating to Extra Life. We really appreciated that.
Great.
So we then have moving down the list, we've got a conditional. So I don't know where this one's going to go, but Tamago Tor with 500 bits to whoever makes the train blow up.
I
So
think that's
just
Just
gonna
put
be-
that in front of Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that in front
Well,
of
I mean,
Thomas for now.
we'll put it out here. Even if it blows up, it's got to be shared. There was an assist because Jared bought the dynamite.
I
that's
could
a
blow
very-
up the train.
And who's going to
With
go out?
my
and-
dynamite.
Actually, do we have to? Did it said specifically train, not the track?
Yes, it did
good
say
point.
train.
Okay.
We then have Slidey Top with 1,000 bits to the players because nothing bad ever happens on a train.
You don't see me taking the train to LA.
Well, it takes you 4 days to get there, so and it costs more than a point. We then have so I read this one wrong. So we've Tamago
Do it all
Tora.
wrong.
I'll-
Do it all
I'm
wrong.
gonna-
It's fine.
I'm going to
Do it live. You're writing it. You're doing it live.
I'm going to tell you what I read, and then I'll tell you what it actually says. So the first, it's Tamago Tora for Tidwell's death. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Health.
Oh wow. That took a
Isn't
turn.
Tidwell already dead?
No, Tidwell is just very unhappy because
Okay.
his boss died.
I thought Tidwell was like the undead.
I
Probably.
mean,
We
the
then
Undying.
have, straight from our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, the Apollyon with 500 bits for Ezra. Make it weird. It's.
well, all right. Is that conditional? I don't know. Is that,
I think it's just to help you make it weird.
that's, well,
And
just wait
with
for-
that, I believe that is all of the bits. Unless I missed anything, let me know.
I think you caught all the ones I saw. So thank you so much for the likes, for the subscribes, for the bits. Just in case tomorrow is a day. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Is tomorrow the 13th? The 13th is a Twitch resubscribe day. So we're getting close to when you're gonna click that resubscribe to re-up.
Let me check.
Amy might just re-up right now. We might.
I was
see.
going to say, hang on, let me check.
And we so appreciate everybody who subscribes and follows to our Twitch channel. Huge, great. And if you haven't done it, jump on the Discord. I've been seeing new people popping up in the Discord, and one of the things that when you go in the Discord, like check out the other shows. That is a great way to dive in and learn more about all the other fun stuff we're doing, because there's so much going on. All right, so I think he said with a audible ellipsis, and if there's nothing else, follow us down darker trails. we're back. So last episode, some things were said, some regrets, possibly some guns were drawn, some somebody had lobster on a train, which doesn't seem like a great decision, but it was actually quite good. So the Danes got on the train. They got a new job from the Pinkertons there to meet a Dr. Peterson in Reno, who will have who has hired them, and the train that they took through, they ended up in Salt Lake City and caught a connection. In Salt Lake City, they met the very full of himself archaeologist Lars Manning, who wanted to get paid for all of his work, and the university wasn't willing to do it, so he just was going on to the next place. They met several people on the train and spent the night in the lounge car playing cards and partying. And that night, after everyone had gone to bed, there was a murder. And they also met, burying the lead, they also met one of Susanna's heroes, Marshall Nash Jennings, who had with him 4 fugitives that he was bringing to San Francisco. And he was a little long in the tooth. He was old Marshall Jennings had seen better days, but he was still getting the job done. And so the name Knox Q. Isham, I finally remembered the name, was a millionaire industrialist and investor who was found liquefied in his room. And several people couldn't even step into the room without vomiting, but they found a bunch of clues that seemed to point in all sorts of different directions. And the clock is ticking. This train is, when it gets to the station, everyone's going to leave the train. So we're going to try something a little weird here. So this is a convention scenario normally, and so it has a set time. And the scenario says at 20 minutes until the end, the train arrives and all that. So we're going to say that tonight at 8:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the train is going to arrive. So at that point, people will start to get off the train. So you have until 8:45 to figure out what's going on. So I'm just going to keep talking. So yeah, they did some interviews. They went here and there. And the conductor of the train was did not appreciate the unique. So what was it? What was the quote? He's new to your style. He was not used to it. And we found out that Jared really hates harmonicas. It's a visceral
really
thing.
hates being woken up by a harmonica.
Well, all right, there we go. Yeah, that's true.
What, 2 a.m?
Yeah, no, it was not great. It was not great.
The situation, he's not crazy. It's the situation.
It's a great
We've already
quote.
got it.
There you go.
We
We've
haven't
already
even
got
started
a
the
possible
game and you
title.
got a good quote in.
So we ended last session with the conductor moving to the front of the train while all of you were in the lounge car of the train doing interviews and such. You were interviewing Lars Manning, was your last one. You had tackled him to the ground as he was running to check on his tablet. And all of a sudden, there was a gunshot from the front of the train, and that's where we ended. So, currently, Jared is letting Lars Manning up, and everyone else is standing around the lounge car, and so a gunshot just went off. So let's just go around the table and see what your quick reaction is. So Abe, a gunshot. You just heard a gunshot.
Well, more importantly, I know Abe heard a gunshot, is not interested in going there, but also would like to see, do I need to spot hidden where that harmonica really went?
You make me a spot hidden roll.
Or did it actually go out the window? Well, I can't read. Let's
You
see.
can't
does
spot
it-
hidden the dice. You can't succeed a spot hidden.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a regular.
All right, the regular
success.
success. Thomas, did you sleight of hand it or did you throw it out the window?
I threw it out the window.
All right, so it is really you saw the harmonica go.
Okay. Well, yeah.
All right, so Abe is busy watching for the harmonica. Elias, what are you doing? Abe runs to the window.
Where'd it go?
So Elias, what are you doing? You just heard a gunshot.
You've got no harmonica to call for help.
I know. Give me your harmonica.
No.
All right,
do you
so
need it for?
Elias,
We're all right here.
Elias and Abe are discussing where they can get a harmonica. Jonesy, you just heard a gunshot.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my gun and get ready.
So you're just gonna stay here though?
No, I'm going to go to the door and look.
Okay, yeah, all right, so you're moving the door, all right. Susanna?
I'm also gonna move up towards the door. I don't draw my gun just yet, but I do like tuck my coat behind the holster, ready to draw.
Okay, so the door is relatively narrow, so one of you will be able to be at the little window in the door. You two can decide who. Jared, are you letting Lars Manning is like, let me up.
Oh no, I thought he after the gun was out, he calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, but he's still down. I mean, he's.
I mean, I'm letting him up, but like, don't,
He's
don't
not taking
move.
off and running.
Okay, yeah. This is where the chain and the lock come into play. I'm going to, as long as you, can I get you two to watch him?
You say to Abe and Elias?
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah,
really
but-
good about that plan.
No, I
What's
don't.
that?
I'm hoping they respond with like,
Give me your harmonica and I'll watch it.
Don't do it. I'll watch
Okay,
it, but I'm not going to
all right.
stop you.
I'm handing Elias my harmonica, and I'm going to chain up the door so whatever's happening in the front of the train can't affect us while we do our investigation.
You should
not
actually
let you chain up the door. We have to go out.
So you're locking the door to the front of the train.
To the
Because
front of the-
remember, so let's see
Can
here.
certainly try.
All of our
gun-
stuff is in the front of the train.
Oh,
I mean,
Also
all of our
gunshot.
stuff.
The engine of the train is in the front. There's no way that we
So
can.
wait, are you guys? Have you guys gotten into the?
No, you guys aren't there. You
come
guys
into
aren't
the
there.
room with
Shh.
us?
Yes, we
So-
are. We're going to that door. That we haven't
Okay.
gone through the door.
So you are currently in the parlor car, this bottom car here. There is a door here to the dining car. The dining car, after the dining car is Isham's car. That's the end of the train.
Okay.
The door here is where Jonesy and Susanna are. That is the door that goes forward to the first of the sleeper cabins. The first of the sleeper cars. And there are two sleeper cars? There are three. There are two sleeper cars, three sleeper cars, and a postal car, and then the engine. So,
I
So
know.
you're
I was
gonna-
like, I thought it was totally different before. I was like, what? Where am
I'm
I?
like,
Yeah,
so,
so
so like
did
we're in
I.
the dining car and they're down another.
you're in the parlor. Everybody's in the
We're
parlor car
all
for
in the same car.
Yeah, you're all in the parlor car for the interviews. They've had people wait in the. You were in the dining
No,
car.
but they weren't last time. They weren't there for the interviews. They were going over the documents they had found.
Right,
No.
and they came forward when the yells start, and when the conductor.
Came and got me.
Okay, I mean, I'm still moving to chain up the doors, and if someone wants to go through, they can go through.
So just so I'm clear, are you chaining up the door to the front of the train or the back of the train?
I'm chaining up the door towards the front of the train where the
Okay.
gunshots came
So
from.
Jonesy and Susanna are both like already crowding up towards that door. So if you want, you can walk up there with the chain and stuff. But
Oh yeah, I'm just getting
Okay.
ready then.
there we go. That's fine. That's great. Okay. So whoever is at the window, Jonesy or Susanna.
Sana.
Susanna's at the window.
I have a very slightly better, and by slightly I mean 1 point, spot hidden.
Oh well, that'll make a difference. All right. So the sleeping car ahead of you, you can only see a very short part of the hall because it curves around a cabin and comes out. So you can only see a very small part of that, but very quickly, well, no, we'll go with that. So Manning will stand up and dust himself off, and he will, since nobody answered him, he'll say, I'm just going to go check on my tablet. And he starts to head towards the back of the train.
One job. You have one job, and I gave you the harmonica.
All right, fine. I'm going to follow him just in case.
The safe's empty. Did somebody tell us the safe was empty? Do we know?
No
No.
one communicated anything to
No.
us.
Okay.
We were just
So-
Yes, I'm
I
gonna
did.
follow
Yeah,
him.
then
I came in and heard him yelling. What is my tablet safe? It was in the
Yeah.
safe, and I said, what tablet? And he said, I don't
Yeah.
like that answer.
Right.
Yep.
So,
And then you
easy.
told us that there was a will in there?
Yes.
Yep.
And
So I'm going to follow Manning.
all right,
I'm
so you're-
following Manning back.
okay, so he's heading towards the back of the train.
Stay out of the puddle.
Do we
Yeah.
know about that?
He looks back
No,
at you.
I know.
I do. I threw up into the puddle.
Elias knows
Yeah.
about
Oh,
it.
He
you
looks
know about
back at
that.
you very confused, but he's going to keep going. He's
No,
an intrepid
seriously.
archaeologist.
Okay.
He's seen things. He's seen things
Stay-
you would never understand.
Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear the throw up from that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
it'll come.
Your tablet probably killed somebody in there, and your tablets. Well, have fun.
Tablets don't kill people. People kill people. And he like moves forward. So he goes through the door. Abe goes with him. At the front of the car, Jonesy and Susanna, Jared walks up with chains and's like, we could chain the door shut.
I'm gonna chain the door shut.
I'd really rather not. If we're gonna be questioning anybody, we need to be able to bring them back here from the sleeper cars.
We need
Remember-
to get back to.
Remember that was a whole thing that we were questioning the people involved.
It's just until whatever's in the front of the train sorts itself out.
As
It
he
is a
says
temporary precaution.
As he says, it's just whatever's at the front of the train sorts itself out. You see the first of scared people starting to run towards the door.
Okay, I'm gonna wrench the door open at that point then.
Okay,
And,
well,
like,
after
start-
they come through, we'll lock it. Okay.
Maybe Jared. Maybe you should lock that door
Lock it now?
into the back car.
Now that Abe and
Yeah. Like we
now
have
that
two
Abe and Lars
killers.
are gone.
Look, we need to give the people a chance to get out of there. So because whatever's going on up there, it's just scared the hell out of all of them.
Well, it's called gunshots.
Let's make a spot hidden roll for people. Oh, so they start to head towards they're heading towards the door. You wrench the door open. They see Jonesy with a gun drawn, and they suddenly reconsider they start to back away.
They heard gunshots. So
We're locking this, so if you want to come through, you better do it now.
Okay, yeah, you that does it. They will. So about 6 people, none of whom you recognize, none of whom are any of the suspects. They come through, and you know this is not everyone that was on the train.
Right.
what happened? Did you see anything?
They're like, we just heard gunshots.
Yeah.
The conductor went forward, and then about a couple of minutes later, we heard a gunshot.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all of them?
Yeah, there's like 6 people in here now, but again, not near all the people in the.
All right, I'm going to lock it.
Jared, don't.
We can unlock it.
What is the point of locking it? If someone is hijacking the train, they're going to be going for the engine. We are not in the way of that.
So what? No, it's to stop them from coming back here.
Why would they come back here?
Hostages.
Then take up a guard position at the door and shoot anyone who comes through. That ain't us. Or a scared
What if they
person.
shoot me? Yeah, Shane. Chain
I'm
and
sorry.
lock.
I'm gonna point at the train door and say, how long do you think that door is gonna last if someone's shooting at it?
Long enough for us to get over to the next car. Get ready.
Not if they have our guns.
Why would they have our guns?
Because
I got my guns.
Because you're the only one who brought everything. I have my rifle and my shotgun back in our cabin. I didn't bring everything down with me. I was coming
Go
down
get
to do
your
my
guns
job.
then, and then I'll lock it.
They roll 100. At that point, somebody like sees your shotgun and like goes, ah! Whose side are you on? What's going on?
I'm on
Why
my
are there all these
side.
armed people?
Oh, we are on the side of good. We were back here. We heard that, and
Roll deception.
I'm sorry, they're freaking out about armed people in the Old West.
Yeah,
That doesn't ring true at all.
Shotguns.
Jonesy, Susanna, let's go to the farm.
yeah.
All right, Jared, do not lock this door. If I need to beat a hasty retreat, I need to be able to get through here quick.
Chain it, don't lock it. You can always throw the lock on if you have to.
Again,
All right,
if I'm running, I want to be able to come through that door fast.
We cut to Lars and Abe, neither of whom has seen the horrible scene
Whew, thank God.
yet.
Until now.
So
Wow.
if you'll recall, the door to Isham's car has been the lock has been destroyed. So there's no locking that door. It was wrenched open. So the door is kind of, as the train moves, the door will like open slightly and will jigger a little. And a fly, as you walk up, a fly walks up, and Manning just idly will like pick it out of the air and like, I hate flies. And he steps in the room. Make me a con roll, Abe.
Oh, can I just throw up right now? Like, I don't need to make a con roll. Speaking of which, where's my con? Nope, I miss it. So that's pretty much par for the course.
All right, there we go. Yeah,
I'm just gonna barf.
Yeah, you are assaulted by an incredibly, like, the smell is bad, the puddle of goo is worse, and like as you watch, like a bone is kind of dissolving into this goo.
Ooh, I'm worried about my shoes more than anything at this point.
And Manning, you hear Manning go, oh, this is fascinating.
What?
What's fascinating about it, old man?
What could have done this?
I don't know. I mean, you're the archaeologist. Have you ever seen this
It
before?
was clearly a rhetorical question. There is no chance that a plebeian like you would know what could have done this.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a rich and well-endowed gentleman. I'm not a plebeian.
When you say you're rich, Manning all of a sudden goes, well, a possible
Was that-
patron.
But he looks at me and I interpret it as the well-endowed part. I just look at him. I'm just like, not that well-endowed, sir.
Quite. Well, let me give you some... Oh, man. I need to do some examination. Why don't you just throw up off the gangway there? The space between the two trains.
Will do. Mind your shoes.
And Manning is like fascinated. He's like going in, he pulls out a handkerchief and he's like dipping it in the goo, and he's very interested. So he starts to go and I don't know, can we use I'm a rich and well-endowed gentleman as an episode title? I don't know if
Yes.
would, like
I was talking about my money.
Sure you would.
You were just repeating
It's
yourself.
It's an endowment for the arts.
In that Abe has had it painted repeatedly.
Ooh.
Oh,
Jackson
it's more
Pollock?
like it's been on. No, it's more like it's been on display a couple times.
In Milwaukee, there was a club across from the Performing Arts Center, which was Arts Performing Center.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, Manning is just diving in, and Tidwell has like poked his head around the corner and goes, "Did someone get shot?" And Manning is just ignoring him. You know, like, "I've no time for such mundane affairs. Look at this."
And I just go to Tidwell.
All right. So Jonesy and Susanna and possibly Elias. Are you going forward as well? All right. Yeah. So you step into the first sleeper car. I need the GM map.
So definitely have pistol drawn. And while we are here, the Shropshire Slasher has donated 1,000 bits, 500 for each of us. Thank you so much.
Nice, thank you. I should have used a bit to re-roll Manning's Cthulhu Mythos.
To make it or to fail it?
I would never use a bit to undo a roll. All right, so you come into the first. Oh, let's just put this right here. There we go. You come into the first sleeper cabin, and you hear people crying, and you hear like people moving towards you. Oh man. And the three of you can make me a listen roll.
Regular.
No.
All right, well, regular.
No, I failed it.
Okay, everything's fine.
You know what? We've got bits. Who's got the highest listen? I've got a 40.
I have a 33.
You got the highest at 35.
Go for it, Thomas.
Do it.
All right. Thank you.
I thought that was our pile.
Okay. Nope, that's worse.
All right.
You Amy'd
Oh,
it.
that's an Amy. All right. I haven't had one of those in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you hear low, like the crying. I'll give you this. You hear crying, but it's like low and it's like very quiet. And everybody, are you? Oh gosh. Yeah. You know what? Go ahead and everybody make me a stealth roll.
Oh, yes. Hard.
Hard success. Great.
No.
Yeah, I got an 5, so that's a hard success for me as well.
All right. So several of you are very quiet. One of you has a harmonica. Like
he pulls another one out.
Oh no, he got one. He has Jared's now.
Oh.
So yeah, he's just like you're both like creeping, and you're like it's I don't know why they're being quiet, and he just sort of reflexively just blows a harmonica. Like this helps. This will soothe everything. And everybody make me a luck roll.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, no.
Nope.
All right, so Elias and Jonesy, both of you make me dodge rolls.
A lot of rolls.
That's not bad.
I think I made that one. Do we get to check it?
Oh, cool. I made it.
Oh, son of a gun.
55.
All right, so
spending a luck to make it.
All right. So that is you are very glad you spent that luck as a gunshot rings out. And you hear someone say, "They're coming from behind us." Blam.
Maybe ditch the harmonica.
It's like, God, it like makes my mind cry.
So did that sound to me like a civilian trying to defend themselves? Or did it sound like the gang had gotten this far?
I mean, you can make a psychology roll.
Sure. I'm reasonable at that.
There's a lot going on right now.
There is. Oh my God, I want this to stop. Psychology. Yes, 41 made it.
All right, did you get a hard success?
Regular.
All right, so with a regular, I'll give you that the person, the voice was trying to be quiet, but there was like clear stress in the voice.
Okay. I'll call ahead quietly, because my guess, and I'm wagering my life on this particular guess, that if these are the people that, well, if the people shooting are or I cannot organize my thoughts today apparently. If the people who were shooting the very first time are the ones that Nash had as prisoners, they probably aren't coming in this direction.
All right, so what are you calling?
Betting my life on that one.
What are you calling out?
I'm going to call out, don't shoot, I'm a federal marshal.
Yeah.
All right, make me some social skill roll that is probably not intimidate unless that's the road you're going.
No, I don't really want to go that way. I'll take persuade.
All right.
Yeah. Oh God, just made it 65.
All right. So yeah, the guy goes, you hear the man's voice say, a marshal?
A marshal. And I'll reach into my coat pocket and like hold my badge where it's visible to someone who's looking in this direction.
Come on forward and lead with your badge.
I'll do so. I still haven't drawn my gun. I'm just walking forward with the badge out.
All right, yeah. So you come into, so again, you come around a corner and there's a closed cabin, the deluxe sleeper cabin, and then it's the small compartments, and you see two of the compartments have huddled people in them. One, it looks like a family they're all against the wall, and the father is like in front of them with the gun. Mm-hmm. And that gun is smoking. He's clearly the guy who shot. And the second one is 4 women, and they're like they're trying to hide under the seats.
All right, so yeah, I'll come into the area still holding my hand up with the badge in it and my other hand loose at my side away from my gun.
Yeah. Oh, Marshall, what the hell's going on?
I'm trying to figure that out. For now, the back area is safe. If you head back that direction, you might have to pound on the door a few times. It's getting barricaded. But it should be safe further back. All right.
Ladies, why don't you come with us? Let's get up to let's head back to the kitchen, to the dining car. So he will gather people up. So now as far
Elias comes around. He's like, what is happening up there?
I don't know. We're staying here. I heard a gunshot.
Okay.
Contrary to popular opinion, Elias, most people run away from gunshots. And they don't wait around to find out what's going on.
I mean, if there's a gunshot on a train, it's probably a robbery or somebody's trying to hijack the train.
That's my thought.
Or something worse.
What's worse than that?
Alas.
Let these poor people go into
they like that's like a rejoinder as he leaves.
Yeah. Just like shoo the civilians out. Go.
So as far as you know, unless you're gonna do like a door check, from appearances, this car is now empty. You haven't checked the cabin, but this
is the cabin door closed?
Yes.
All right, I'll poke it. I'll poke it open enough to look inside.
Oh no, the cabin is locked. This is a sleeping room.
Okay. Then I'll knock a couple of times and be like, if you want to get somewhere safe, move further back.
All right, you don't hear anything.
All right. Well then, on their own heads be it. And I'm going to keep moving forward.
Yep, I follow.
All right. So you move forward to the second sleeping car. The second sleeping car, same design. There's in front of you as the passage U's around the first class cabin, the fancy cabin. Where you are is one of the lavatories. and you open the door, and everybody can make listen rolls. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. On the Discord right now, you can see a map of the
Nice.
of the train.
Listen. 35, 18. Ah, I got 18. So.
All right, Elias, what do you got?
Listen roll.
Yep.
I made it regular.
All right, so you hear the same. You hear the same like hushed crying. And
Wait, so did we hear it from the car we were in, or is it somewhere else?
It's not the same. Sorry, I shouldn't say the same. There are more people in this car, and they are upset.
Gotcha. You might want to call out that marshal.
Yeah,
before
let's
we
lead
move
with the
on.
marshal in the badge.
Lead with the marshal, sure. So I'll step forward a little bit and call out quietly. Don't be worried. I'm a federal marshal. I'm here to help. Please don't shoot at us. I know everyone's upset right now.
This man's been shot. He needs help.
All right, let's can we approach and have a look?
Yes, of course.
All right. So I'll come forward. I am not great at first aid.
I've got some 38.
Okay. But yeah, we'll go up and have a look, I guess.
All right, so you come around, and this car. So the car in front was the car you guys are in,
Right.
and this car has the cabin and then just seats. So there are benches of along, and in this car, up at the front, you see a blood stain that has been dragged back, and as far back as they can get from all that is sitting on the bench, very, very gray, is the conductor holding his hand to his side. And there's 4 people. One of them is a nun. And one of them is Harlan Bowes, who you had recently interviewed. Bose is like trying to do first aid on the conductor and help the conductor. And so that and make me spot hidden rolls.
Yeah.
5
That is
regular.
it's a hard success.
Regular.
I got an 4 out of 70.
All right. Well,
I see
anybody who got a
everything.
hard or better success is pretty sure there's a face in the small window of the first sleeper car. So like looking through the window into the other window, because there's that open space between the cars, but you're pretty sure you see a face.
Does anyone in this cabin have a rifle?
Why would we bring a rifle on a train?
Exactly. I should have brought my rifle.
Does the person that through the window, the face that we see pressed, does it look like one of the people that? Okay.
Yeah, you got a really good success. That is definitely a member of the Hensley gang.
All right. I'm watching that person intently and like, Jonesy, can you have a look at this fellow?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm gonna try to do a first aid.
All right, so you're gonna push Bose out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure he's used to this.
You just walk up. You're like, step aside.
Yes, I got 18, a hard success.
All right. Bose made a sanity roll. And you step in and you like are taking care of the conductor. You give him a few hit points back. He is in a very bad way. He has been shot with clearly not. This was not a pistol. This was a rifle.
And it's through his side, right?
Yep.
So yeah, there's like not a lot of tourniquet or anything like that.
Right. It's
Sure.
But just
and-
try to wrap and press.
Elias is gonna pull Susanna aside, and just so I can whisper, Like I saw a face in the window. Did you recognize that?
Yeah, that's one of the gang that Nash is bringing into justice. I suspect our other martial friend might be dead or being held hostage. The fact that he's just
Sorry, go ahead.
well, the fact that he's just watching through the window, he would recognize me at least. I'm surprised that he isn't doing nothing.
Do you know if they were wanted dead or alive?
Do I know much about this gang?
You make me a luck roll.
Okay. 34 out of 65, yes.
Oh, that's a hard success. All right, you recall, they were wanted, dead or alive.
It's like, I mean, dead or alive. Better alive, but, you know.
I don't have my rifle, but I can still shoot stuff.
Which is appreciated. Let's get the lay of the land and find out what in the hell's going on so we don't go off willy-nilly. Alright?
Alright.
And I'll step back over to the conductor. Is he conscious?
Barely. He is like, he is in shock.
Okay.
Actually, wait, with your first aid, he just doesn't look good.
Okay. That's good. Can you tell me what happened?
In a moment of clarity, of realizing you are, he manages to somehow still look insulted and go, I got shot.
Clearly. I was hoping to get more of the circumstances around it. Is Nash alive? Are all of them trying to hijack the train? Something a little bit more specific.
They just shot me when I went forward. I opened the door. I got shot.
All right. Well.
Oh my God, you're our only hope.
You poor bastard.
And at that point, we cut very briefly to Jared as there's an awkward moment as you see like a man and several women and children come running up to the door, and are you going to unchain the door for them? I know it's not locked, but
I mean, well, yeah, I just looped the lock through it to hold it in place.
the man has a gun.
Yeah, but does he look like he's holding all the women hostage?
No,
It look like they're just coming. Yeah, then I'll.
he's clearly
Yeah.
like telling the women to go first, and he's like watching.
You
and the
know,
kids.
I'll unwrap.
All right,
the machine
They
and-
all come in and they huddle down, trying to like find things to hide behind. And then we cut to Abe, who has finally finished emptying all of his guts. And the whole time, you've heard Manning you heard Manning talking to Tidwell about something. And at one point, he raised his voice, and you heard him say, I was assured it would be safe.
So I open the door and I'm like, I don't understand. What are you talking? You're talking about the tablet?
Yes, the greatest archaeological find in the last 100 years in Mesoamerican studies.
Okay, let's calm down with the hyperbole. But you thought it was safe back here with that gentleman right there, and I pointed Tidwell, who's I'm sure a meek-looking little gentleman.
He's a skeleton. He is a cadaverous man. Mr. Isham told me he had a safe, and once I found out that there were criminals on this train, I did not feel that this incredibly valuable property. My
Please
mistake.
finish.
I was about to try and explain to you Olmec civilization. Clearly, you would have no comprehension. This incredibly important artifact could not be risked, and so Mr. Isham allowed me to place it in his safe.
And I look down and I'm like, and this is Mr. Isham?
Yes, that is a whole nother matter. And I...
So clearly...
Can you hand me one of those shot glasses? And he asks Tidwell for a shot glass. And he starts like scraping some of the goo into a shot glass.
So clearly then the person who must have done this was Tidwell.
And you hear Tidwell go, and Manning goes, whoever did this is a very capable wielder of the mystic arts.
Oh, what about the Bose woman? Women know the mystical arts. Let me tell you.
That the only art that woman knows is opening her legs.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
Mystical, unknown. Who knows?
Look.
Number one suspect.
I enjoy the Golden Palace of the Himalayas as much as anyone. But now is not the time.
As do I, sir. There's a great place in San Francisco that I could not direct you to in case you were.
Now, this is something I've never seen before.
Let another one go because he's sniffing human goo.
That might have some of my vomit in it.
This Manning is like, it's interesting because everything seems to be liquefying except I think that's human sputum.
Highly possible at this point, sir.
So my working hypothesis is that whatever did this to Isham, he knew it was happening and he threw up as it was happening.
Oh, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. How do you not throw up when you're being liquefied? So in your expertise, we are the field expert here. So in your expertise, who would you say liquefied this gentleman?
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds crazy. But I would think we're looking for someone who acts erratically. We're looking for someone whose sanity is questionable.
Any other defining details? Because that could explain quite a few people.
Well, if I knew more about the type of ritual, perhaps I would know what language we could possibly entrap them with. You see, let me tell you, and he starts to tell you this ridiculous story about a time he solved, about a time he was trying to figure out who had stolen this book in Latin, and he got someone to show that they spoke Latin. And the two things you take away from the story are that everyone he had working for him died except him, and he makes himself the hero of every story. But we cut away from that story because he's going to go on for some time, and he's like gesturing with the little shot glass of goo. He's like, and we cut back to the front of the train. So Jonesy, you are helping the conductor with first aid. You get 2 luck back for helping him out. Yeah, that makes good sense. We'll cut to that in a second. So Elias and Susanna, what are you?
Mostly I'm watching the person who's watching us, trying to get a sense for what are they waiting for? Are they trying to see if, we approach and start shooting at us? Or I'm trying to understand what's going on around here.
So it's hard to gauge what they're doing based on this.
Sure.
But you see a man watching you very carefully. And every once in a while you see him speak as if he's telling someone behind him something.
All right, he's probably reporting back to his boss what's going on in here, or at least someone who's in reasonable authority. And we don't have a hell of a lot of time before this train arrives, or It doesn't.
Does there look like a place where I could actually get a clean shot through the window?
I mean, you have a dead eye. You don't have quick draw, so he would see it coming. And so the hard part of this shot would be, you would have no problem with the aim, but you're shooting through 2 windows.
Right. Maybe we just ask him
Ask them what?
Do you know
what they want.
How's it going?
I mean, that is certainly possible.
Okay, I got a crazy theory here. What if that Marshall up there was in on whatever this is, and because there was a robbery in the back of the train. It's not just this up here. It's 2 things. Are they connected or are they not connected?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Maybe I think Jared said something about this maybe being a distraction or something. Maybe he's right. Certainly, there was only 1 gunshot. That's what I keep coming back to.
And it was the conductor, which means that they overpowered
Nash.
whatever's. Yeah, they overpowered Nash. They're free. They didn't shoot Nash. My rifle was in my cabin. They might have my rifle.
Right. But also, you wouldn't need to shoot Nash to get him subdued. He was old.
Do we parlay? We try and talk to him.
Well, I guess we can try. I mean, what is there to lose at this point?
They shot this guy.
Yeah.
So you recall he did say that they didn't shoot him until he opened the door.
Right. So we could try approaching and maybe shout through the door.
Yeah.
Does it? Okay. I was about to ask a stupid question, and then I realized you'd already answered it. Okay. I'll move forward a bit, very carefully, hands not near my gun. I'm a quick draw. I don't need to have my gun in my hands. And call forward. Can we talk about this?
All right. So as you move forward, what's the leader's name? Jim Hensley. As you move forward, the guy who was in the front says something that you can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
And Hensley is now in the window, and he's holding Nash Jennings' head, like jammed against the window with a pistol to his head.
I look at that and then call, can we talk about this?
He looks at you and he goes,
and I'll like gesture that I want to approach and talk, then like hold my hands up showing that they're empty.
He nods Jennings' head.
That's not creepy. All right, so I'll look over.
And he opens the door on his side a little bit, and he sticks Jennings' head out.
Wasn't his name Eldritch Natch?
No, you're right, Eldritch Natch. Yeah.
That's been bothering me since you said it at the beginning.
It's almost like an Eldritch Blast.
There we go. All right.
So
mnemonic tools.
Is Nash alive?
Yes, but he's in a bad way. He has been beaten.
Okay. All right, so I'll look at Elias and say quietly, you might want to have, while they're distracted with me, you might want to get a gun out just to be safe.
All right. So I'll have it out. I'm not going to aim it, but I'm behind one of the benches.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, you have gotten into cover, and you have your gun down there, so they don't see you draw it. 100%. You do notice that when he puts Nash's head out, he's very carefully not having his head in the window.
That's fair. All right, I'll move forward and open the door enough on my side to hear him and him hear me.
All right, you are hit with a blast of cold air and, you know, a ton of noise. You're both going to be yelling at each other.
Right.
And as soon as you open the door, you see him. You hear. Well, no, Nash just says, "They'll kill me if you come any further."
All right, then I'll stay right here. Steady on.
All right. That's all he says.
Okay. And I'll call. It was Hensley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hensley, what exactly do you want here?
We're stopping this train before Truckee, and we're getting off.
We're stopping in Reno.
All right.
I found your toys. My men have the engine. You guys leave us alone. We don't want to hurt Nash more.
If you already have control of the engine, why not just bring it to a stop now and go ahead and get off?
We're in the middle of nowhere.
And where do you anticipate going that you won't get seen unless you jump off in the middle of nowhere?
Well, I'd rather be 10 minutes away from somewhere than the middle of nowhere.
10 minutes from somewhere means that people like me might get sent out after you.
People like me, people like you end up like people like him. We're taking whatever's in the postal car and we're getting off this train.
All right. Well, you'll let the marshal go when you go,
He's not coming with us.
and you'll leave him alive.
I don't want to. I know what happens when you kill a marshal. That's an extra life sentence.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, you seem to have the upper hand, sir. Just leave it. Just leave the people on this train alone, and we can figure this out.
The engineer says we're about an hour and a half from where we'll stop. We'll stop the train for 5 minutes. We'll get off. You just continue on to Reno like nothing happened. Nobody else has to get hurt.
All right.
Say goodbye to your friend for now. And he'll like,
Could you at least try to fix him up a little bit? He is kind of old. Can't exactly take the kinds of things you and I can as younger people.
oh, don't worry. Once Big Jim, I only let Big Jim have 5 minutes with him.
5 minutes. My God. All right. Julie, I can only barely hear you and it's distracting.
Sorry. Well, I'm trying to play and sorry.
And he's going to pull Nash's head back in.
Okay.
And he closes the door.
I'll step back, but I'm also going to kind of glance around to see what the layout of like, if someone was up on the roof of the train, could they get from car to car up top?
Yeah. I mean, it's a jump, but it seems a very manageable jump.
Okay.
Have you ever been on top of a train when it was moving, Marshall?
Me? No. Susanna has at least once.
Okay. So you know the wind is the real problem.
Right. Okay. So I'll step back, close the door, and come back to the group.
You would also know that it's impossible to be quiet when you're on the roof of a train.
That's true.
There's a bump, 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 because train roofs are tin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that phenomenon that makes rain really loud on tin roofs. All right, so I'll come back to the group and relay what happened.
Right, and you notice that Hensley and Nash are gone, and the other guy is back in the.
Okay.
They say anything about the tablet?
No.
What?
No, they didn't say anything about that. They said that they wanted the stuff that's in the postal car, and they want to get off when it's closer to something like civilization.
And Marshall, you would know that the postal car usually has payroll and stuff, so there's a fair amount of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of money. Like, this is the sort of thing that's going to get the reward on their heads bumped up by a significant amount.
I think we take care of them later. We got bigger problems.
As you say, we have bigger problems. Jared comes in the door.
Jared, what's going on?
Checking if y'all still alive.
Yeah, we're alive.
Did you guys solve the puddle problem?
What puddle? What?
The puddle problem in the back.
How
What are you talking about?
The man who is made of goo.
What?
Did we not tell?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing here, Jared? I thought you were
Checking
chaining
if you're
yourself at the back.
alive. Now you're telling me there's a puddle man.
Oh, good God. Right. Let's notch it down a little bit. Yes, we're still alive. The Hensley gang have taken control of the engine, and they're running us about another hour or so before they stop it and get off.
Was that man murdered into a puddle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened as far as we can tell. We don't know how. I've never seen anything like it.
It's just
because
new information. That's all.
Yeah. So we have about an hour or so to sort out what's going on back there before we have to deal with the gang.
Out of character, is our stuff up there or is our stuff back here?
Your stuff is all in the car with the hostage.
Yeah,
you were in the same cabin.
And he did say very specifically that quote unquote he has our toys.
Jeez. Wish I'd left the harmonica there.
Okay, it is the real Jared.
Yeah. I was going there too. I
was actually going to play that harmonica to see if he got angry or not, so I could tell if it was him.
Nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You, Jonesy, you feel like getting the conductor out of here would probably be a good thing for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him to the back.
All right. So, is anybody going to stay in this car?
Well, I sort of, to be completely honest, blanked out after the puddle murder thing. What's happening? What are we doing about them? Are we just?
As far as I can tell, and I mean they're criminals, they have no particular reason to tell the truth, but when I'm operating under the idea that they were being forthright with their hostage demands, they've taken control of the train. They're going to run us until we're about 10 minutes out of a town, and then stop the train for 5 minutes, get off with themselves, our things, well, our guns anyway, and as much money as they can find in the postal car, and hightail it out. But that's not going to be for another hour to an hour and a half, according to the engineer. And that being the case, maybe we can solve the murder before we go and shoot some gang members.
Does anyone here know how to solve a puddle murder?
Oh, but I can shoot criminals.
No, seriously, how do we know who?
We have no way of knowing that this is happening with them.
Well,
It's the same black goo we've seen before.
no, it's a clear goo.
Yep.
Yeah, it's totally different kind of thing.
It's
I
always
mean-
a new goo.
It does seem-
Ezra's gonna just be writing the whole time. Okay, this and then this and then this. The new goo review. Yes.
I love it. Well, there's nothing that I know of naturally that can do that kind of murder. That being the case, it seems like that fellow was talking about a tablet. Maybe it's something on the weird side of things, what he's talking about with the tablet.
Well,
That's honestly the only supposition that I can come to.
if everyone's clearing out of this cabin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can start searching up for this tablet. And if it's not anywhere, it's with them or it's with one of the people up in the dining car.
All right.
Harlan
good
Bose will step forward and he'll say, I can stay here and watch that door. And he opens his thing and there's like a revolver in his down there. It's a crappy revolver. He's got like a rich guy gun. But he's like, I want to help.
Can we pat him down for the tablet?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know anything about the tablet, so you don't know how big it is. You don't know.
Is it a mini? Is it?
I'm assuming it's yay.
I mean,
Or-
anybody who wants to, does anybody even have archaeology? Probably not.
No, but that was actually logically my question, is that I would ask about the
Oh
tablet.
yeah, we'll get back to you and Manning. Although
Yeah.
Manning is at great length talking about his adventures in Costa Rica.
So
I have the
okay.
Sorry, go on.
I hate to say this. I care more about my rifle than solving some goo murder.
So on that note, one of these problems we might actually be equipped to deal with, and that did cross my mind, although I don't want to die.
Right. And the big problem right now is that they have the high ground on this one. They are holed up in there with a hostage and all of our weaponry. The only way to get in there without passing through those doors is through the top of the roof, and that ain't quiet, and it's dangerous.
I have a potential solution. Maybe we ask for help in creating more goo people. So we recognize that someone with the power to turn people to goo could be useful with the Hensleys.
And this guy's standing right here. This is one of the suspects with us.
Right.
Yeah. As you're saying this, you don't think
Do we just do a slow
Uh-oh.
Harlan
turn
Bose
towards
is
him?
Yeah.
Like this, like
Bose is like trying to figure out what he's like, I didn't follow that last bit.
That's probably a good thing.
but if you could turn people into goo, we'd be okay with that. We would let this whole thing slide.
What's goo?
It's like a sticky liquid.
Who are you people?
Do you know anything about a tablet?
Manning was talking about it during the card game. Wouldn't shut up about it.
So on the sly, I want to look around for Mrs. Bose.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen her yet.
She's not around.
Mr. Bose, I described the cabin that was locked that we passed. I asked if that was his cabin.
Well, no. So our cabin is in this car. Then I think the cabin before that is Manning's cabin.
So you're here with your wife? Where is she?
She's in our cabin.
Ah,
As soon as I heard a gunshot, I told her to stay there and stay safe.
Is that back?
Yeah,
No, that's
it's right. It's like right behind you. In this car.
Well, we should move her and everyone else up to the dining car, and we should search. We should start doing a search up the train to see if we can find this tablet.
All right.
I'm gonna help get the conductor.
Great. All right. Bose goes, all right, hold on one. I'll take care of this.
If I was there, I would look at you and be like, that's how it's supposed to be done.
Who's playing the harmonica? Oh, I love that. Do you know Swanee River?
She's the mastermind of this whole thing.
Yeah, so he does this whole knock, but it's as soon as the harmonica plays, she like pops out. He's like, that was the secret knock. Come on, we have to go back to we're going to get everybody into the parlor car, and then these people are going to search the train. Oh, are you going to save the day?
Jared is actively shaking his head. Like, that wasn't just Nick. That was Jared being like,
oh, well, let me know if I can help. You know, I studied medicine in high school.
can you turn people into goo?
What's goo?
Okay. Yeah, that's not medical training at all.
Do you have magical abilities?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never tried guessing a card.
Okay. Then head to the back of the train.
Does anybody have a hat? I can see if I can pull a rabbit.
We've already Jared's moved on to starting to search.
Let's all go. Let's all go in the back, and have fun in the parlor. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You all start to move. You all start to move forward, and so you guys are going to stay in this car. Is that the face in the window is sort of just like watching what you're doing?
I think the idea was that we're going to start searching the train for a tablet, which will probably take a while. But if like three of us are doing it and spread out,
are you going to break into Manning's cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. But so as we start in this car, though, the obvious question to ask, if someone got this tablet, wouldn't they move it up into where would they put it?
well,
Do we think that they, and I point to the front car, do you think they could have it?
I really don't think so. I kind of think they're separate, and that it happened to be really awful timing.
So, Susanna, what else was stolen out of that safe?
Well,
As far as I could tell, there was no money in there.
No, I think
I thought the money
somebody
comes
did
out.
the accounting.
Uh-huh.
Whoever was looking at the ledger books did the accounting, and there was money and
There was money in a will.
yeah, there was money and the will. Although the will was left behind.
Right. Yeah. So there was money in the safe.
Yeah, the ledger books clearly show that there was cash in the safe. Yeah.
Oh, but sorry, I was asking if the cash was still in the safe.
No, it was taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tablet's gone, money's gone. I don't really care all that much about the money, but the will was
search
still.
for
to
tablet money.
what you said, though, they can be separate and it can be bad timing, but the tablet can still be over there.
Maybe.
Well, I think we make sure it's not between here and the back of the train. If it's not there, then
Yeah,
it's
but I'm asking if anyone has any ideas as to where it might be. If someone was to hide it and we could figure that out, the search would go. And I'm still searching why I'm saying this.
Right, and I'm helping look through things. I mean, I don't think that what's his face, the arrogant asshole. I don't think it'll be in his cabin. He was too He was too focused on trying to get to it.
So, but the tablet it's the wife knows about the tablet, and she's brilliant, so she's just sliding by us if she has it. And then the other guy didn't seem to like. Who else was there?
There was
remember.
there was that guy, the gambler, Selden Springs.
Who was
Who-
cheating to
Yeah.
get the Manning to win.
And
sorry.
you haven't seen him.
He's the only, and we haven't. Well, let's open. You know what? Let's open up all the cabins and see if he's in one of these rooms
Yep.
first. Like, let's stop and do that.
All right.
Get everybody back.
So this car is empty. You already have Bose's cabin open. There are 2 beds against the wall. There are chairs, and there are the belongings of Mr. and Mrs. Bose. It's a lot of clothes.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me too much.
Rifling through it
Looking for a costume.
quick.
All right, and we cut back as Lars Manning has finally finished his story.
I'm just
Tidwell
like,
just left about halfway through the story and went back to lay down.
okay.
And Manning says, I need to do some research. You, Sausage Man, do me a favor. Tell people they mustn't touch the tablet.
Well, what does the tablet look like?
It's jade or some jade-like material.
Okay.
It's about a foot by 8 inches, and it is covered in some of the most legible and understandable Olmec runes that we've found.
And is that a language that you understand?
Oh, I'm something of a polyglot.
Okay, so, but specifically to this language. What did it say is what I'm trying to ask politely, sir.
Do you know how long I'm going to need to study that for to actually understand what it says? Olmec is a dead language.
So why do you not want people to touch it?
Well, this is not my first experience with items of this nature, and usually handling it has unfortunate side effects.
And I point to the glass of Isham.
Well, no, I don't think that doesn't seem like a side effect of it. Usually the side effects are promises of total power, but at a cost. Voices in your head telling you that they will give you whatever you want if you'll only do what they ask. That sort of thing.
Understood. And who else knew that the tablet was here?
Well, as far as I know, Isham and possibly Mr. and Mrs. Bose.
And the gentleman you were traveling with?
Who was I traveling with?
The one who was helping you win at cards.
Oh no, I was not traveling with him. I just met that man for the first time. He was very nice, and he had the worst luck.
Interesting. What makes you say, is that in cards, correct?
Well, that sure, and I mean, he lost a button off his jacket.
Do I know about the button or no?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
The button was not brought up, and you haven't been up to this room.
How did he lose a button off his coat? How is this relevant?
Well, that's just a symbol. When one is a practiced eye, as I am, and when one is, the term genius gets thrown around possibly a little too much, but in my case, it is applicable. I notice everything as soon as I walk in a room.
So there should be somebody that you noticed as being suspicious, someone who wanted to, someone else who may have had their eyes on your tablet.
Well, I mean, I don't know that the tablet was the target here. They took money as well. Chances are, whoever did this, much like yourselves, does not realize the value of what they have in their hands. They just think it's a large piece of jade.
Which, again, is worth money.
Philistine!
Speaking of Philistines, well, thank you, the welcome in for
Wow.
the raid.
Speaking of Philistines!
Transition.
Oh, come on. They have better taste than that.
Outstanding!
That was epic.
Yes, you bunch of Philistines, you have raided us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming over.
We
We are doing a PDF Cthulhu coloring book giveaway. So enter hashtag chaos in the chat. We'll do that right after we get back for the break, which might be pretty soon.
I think so, yeah. I think we'll be doing that.
We also have Scala Grimmer, who gave us 1,000 bits. That's 2 inspiration, allows us a reroll or advantage for the first player to touch the tablet.
Ooh,
Got it.
Ooh.
So
Outstanding.
we've got one conditional, the first person to blow up the train.
I would accept part of the train, even.
Yes. Okay. Oh, or touch the tablet.
okay.
And the players are currently trying to figure out who committed a murder. And luckily, they have the world's greatest detective, Lars Manning, on their side.
Oh, so I'm gonna be like, well, sir, it's not safe. Apparently, there's been gunplay in the forward cabin, so I shall escort you. Like,
Well, of course, if you wish, let's go.
all right.
And he'll go to that, and he'll say to Tidwell, "Clean this up," and he leaves.
I still think it's Tidwell. Like I say that to Manning as we leave.
Well, the will did leave the business to him.
Yeah.
Maybe he made it
does.
look like a robbery and just threw the stuff off the side of the truck. Excuse me. I have to go beat up an old man.
Oh, okay. And he is old enough. I just add to the flames. He is old enough to know Olmec.
Look here, old man. Do you speak Olmec? And he starts saying he's like, I know how to trick someone into speaking Latin. And he's heading back towards the bedroom where Tidwell went. Are you gonna follow and keep him from
from
beating a
beating up
confession
Tidwell?
out of
Or
Tidwell?
Maybe Tidwell's got something to hide. I don't know. We'll find out.
All right.
We're going
so-
straight to hell.
So yeah, Manning
Just now?
bursts into the bedroom and pushes Tidwell down on the door and draws a revolver and puts it at Tidwell's throat. And he says, "Did you take my tablet?"
Meanwhile, I'm tossing the room to find out if there's anything else, like if he hid it in there somewhere. I'm looking out the window to see if he threw it out the window.
There's no open windows here. It's quite
Okay.
cold out. The room has already been pretty well tossed. You see the open safe, but
Mhm.
it is now, the safe is empty. Yeah, that's what you see. You know what? You'll see the footprints. Well, no, now there've been so many footprints. You see a lot of footprints coming back and forth with goo all over them.
Okay, and there's nothing else in the room.
Nope, that's it. You see the foul smelling handkerchief, which now the smell is getting faint, but there's a definite chemical smell on the handkerchief.
Okay, so I just think he probably threw up in the handkerchief as well.
And so Tidwell is on the bed with a gun at his throat going, "Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I did no such thing. I was not aware there was anything in the safe. I don't even know the combination.
Oh, good point. Good point, man. Who does?
Only Mr. Isham.
So you're telling me that Isham came in, opened the safe, pulled out all the money, the tablet, whatever else was in there, and then turned into goo.
I have no idea.
Likely story. Manning, what do you think?
I mean, he does have a great deal to gain. He gets control of the company.
But where's the tablet? Where's the money?
That's the question. That's the question. Is he the sort of man that would throw hundreds of dollars off the side of a train just to cover up for the fact that he was going to gain control of millions of dollars? I could perhaps offer quiet, and he like bobs him on the head with the butt of the revolver.
Did he knock him out?
Yeah, and Tidwell goes, ugh.
Oh, okay. All right, Manning, let's go.
Make me a psychology roll, Abe. And you know what? You get a bonus die on this roll because you've been around
good.
a lot of crazy people.
Because not only that, too, Abe's now having thoughts.
Oh no.
Oh my God, I rolled the same thing twice, which is 17.
All right, well, that makes it for you, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
Lars Manning is, you know, he could be one of your group. This is clear. He is a few ants short of a picnic.
And I start to be I'm suspicious of him. Why did he knock out the old man right when he was going to tell us something interesting?
He just kept talking and talking and talking. Look, I've got to find my tablet.
I agree.
And he will start to move to the front again.
Okay, so I'm hot on his heels. I'm like, I agree. Let's go.
All right. So you guys will come forward into the parlor. Jared is gone. There's now a man who is very surprised to see people coming from that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of women and children kind of huddled around. And
don't go back there.
Yes, you'll see things that will scar you for eternity. Do not go back there because what you see there cannot be unseen.
Okay, one level less, Mr. Manning. You're up here. Let's bring it down to about here.
Spoken like someone who has not had the archaeological artifact of the century taken from them.
Time is of the essence. We must continue to move as opposed to educating the imbeciles. Go, man, go.
You make a fine point, and he rushes forward. And you will, in the second car, you'll see the people. Jonesy is carrying the conductor who has been shot, and some people from that car are coming into the parlor car. Manning's cabin is right there, and so he just goes right to the cabin, and he says, "I'll show you a little trick I've learned in my voyages. I leave my key in my cabin because you can always do this." And he holds up the handle and jams his palm into the lock, and the door just goes click. Again, genius, not too aggressive a term. And he goes into his cabin.
Okay, so I follow him in.
Sure, yeah, so he's actually kind of enjoying having someone who pretends to listen to him. And so he starts going through papers.
What do I see though? Is there anything that I would deem as suspicious?
I mean, there are sheafs of papers. He writes, he's written a ton of stuff. He's got papers all over the place. There's a bullwhip.
To each his own, man, whatever. But what about anything with Abe's just where are the picture books? You know what I mean? Is there anything with drawings on it that he could potentially understand?
Picture books?
With drawings, Oh, never mind.
You can't read?
Well, I can read.
Do you even
it, but
speak
I only-
Latin?
No, I don't speak Latin. I only speak English. Look, man, I was on crew at Harvard. We didn't
Crew.
I'm trying to come up with the.
Do you row?
Yeah, I
Do
row.
you even row, bro?
Yeah, do you even row, bro?
I'm too far concerned with the secrets of the universe to do mundane things like row. That's what you hired natives for.
Wow. I'm offended. And
Would Abe not do the same thing?
yeah.
That's what you hired.
That's what you hired Jared
clones
for.
Yeah, exactly. But here you've just basically like taken his entire college career and how he's gotten through life and like basically just said, you're the equivalent of hired hands is your skill set.
Manning is like, maybe I can find a ritual that will attune me to the tablet. Do you have any candles? A ready source of blood?
I'm like,
Well, all right, come here. And he pulls out a knife.
okay. And then I'm like, wait, man, I'd like give him my finger. Like I'm not.
No, give me the palm. The palm. I need more than that.
Okay, but not a lot. I mean, I can lose some blood, but this is, my life force and all that.
Of course. Actually, I have to. This is also theoretical. I'm taking a ritual that I learned for one thing and trying to use it as another. I should warn you, there is a slight possibility that I will summon an interdimensional being.
I have no idea what that is, man. Just find the stupid tablet.
Right. All right. Give me your hand. And he starts chanting in a language that is not Latin.
Okay.
And
you have inspiration not to kill Abe.
Are you kidding? You take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And he starts chanting. And then he says in English, bring to me knowledge of that which I seek. And there's a poof. And a tiny brown rodent with a human face appears on the bed.
Do I get a reaction?
That's where we're going to break.
Oh.
Shoot it, Abe!
If I get a reaction, we all know what's going to happen because Abe doesn't like rats.
He doesn't like that rat specifically.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we're going to go for a short break. It is #chaos right now to be entered to win a PDF of the Call of Cthulhu coloring book. I used to actually have a page printed out because I've been using it, but it is fantastic. It's got, I think it's 18 pages of awful drawings for you to color. It is super cool. #chaos right now, and we will be back as soon as 6 people can use 5 bathrooms. All right, welcome back. I'm going to
Are you gonna do a drawing?
set the stage while Thomas does the winner of the contest here. Last chance, hashtag chaos at the break to be entered to win a PDF of the Call of Cthulhu coloring book. So we have Jonesy in the parlor car with the conductor and the refugees, we'll call them for lack of a better term. We have Elias, Susanna, and Jared in the second sleeper car searching that car. We have Abe and Lars Manning in the third sleeper car closest to the parlor in Manning's cabin, and they have just summoned a very surprised Brown Jenkins. Congratulations to Scala Grimmer. If you will send your email address to the Quests and Chaos, whisper it to Quests and Chaos, we will get that PDF out to you. Let's go. We're gonna go to the three that are searching the car. You have, in the time all of this has been happening, you've figured out there's nothing in this car. You finally come to the lavatory that is the farthest part of this train before you get to the last sleeper car, and it is locked.
Kick it in.
Are you gonna you just kick the door in?
I mean, unless Susanna wants to kick it in or Elias wants to kick it.
All right, Jared, make me a strength roll. Jared just walks right up and tries the door, steps back.
I mean, it's better than the shotgun. I think I would get worse. 0-4.
Wow. All right. So
Where are your
as you
first
hear a
dice?
voice say,
It's them. They're right
occupied,
here.
you hear a man's voice say occupied. The door flings open. And there is Selden Springs, the gambler, like holding his head as the door just jammed into his head.
Oh yeah, I'll point the shotgun at him.
Oh god. Oh. Do you mind?
And there's a shotgun in his face.
Ah!
We're
Is
looking for a tablet.
I'm not wearing pants.
That's to our advantage.
And can I spot hidden to see if he's missing a button?
Sure. Yeah. Roll a spot hidden. Thank you, Butterfly Gal 1954, for your subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Much like me, it took you a while, but you got there. I don't want to say how long it took me to figure out how to subscribe to something on Twitch. It was not my greatest moment.
Hey, let's just put it this way. My channel's been around longer than the number of times I've subscribed to it.
Mm-hmm. Twitch Prime, it resets
every month, apparently.
yes, every month.
Yeah.
That is a success.
All right,
Bring it.
yeah. He clearly does not have a button on his. He is also he is apparently he was using the restroom.
He had plenty of time. But he did. I don't buy it.
I can't pee when people are watching.
No one was watching.
There were gunshots.
And you stayed?
Yeah, I hid.
Did you spot if the button was missing or?
I did see it, and I hold up the button and go,
Oh,
"That's
you found
interesting."
my.
Yes, I found it. In
Great. He starts to stand up. Oh, don't. Sorry.
I'll just look at him and then step back a step to give him. Just stand up for the love of God. I'm back out of line of sight.
I need to wipe.
Oh, I point the gun to the paper and then back to him. I don't trust this guy.
I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Noted.
Can you
Are you hijacking the train?
No, nope.
Because it kind of
working-
looks like you're hijacking.
We're working on a mystery. Wipe, get up, and come with us.
Can I just close this door real quick?
No.
What? You...
The tablets. I mean, this is Nick talking about the tablets in here. I know he's
I think Jared's
he's
gonna
up
have
to
to find
something.
it.
He, like, pulls his pants as much up as he can, and then stands up. How can I help you?
Out.
So, before I step out of here, you say you're not hijacking the train, but you're wandering around with a shotgun.
Pointed at you.
Yeah, well, it's a fair point, but it doesn't make me
Out.
think you're not hijacking the train.
Doesn't matter. Get out. If we're hijacking the train, you're still gonna get out. And if we're not hijacking the train, you're gonna get out.
Are you the good guys?
It's a gray area.
Because isn't this
Stop
kidnapping?
Playing and get out.
Well, not when you are a murder suspect.
I'm a murder suspect? Who's been murdered? Was that the gunshot? I was in here.
I'm looking at the other two,
Psychology?
given the dual.
Yeah. Yeah, make a psychology roll.
So I'm just trying to, because the way you're role playing him, he sounds like completely innocent. That's it. Is an +9.
Oh, all right.
That is an
So, yeah, he is.
extreme success.
He got a really good roll, but not as good as yours. So he is clearly buttering up everything he's saying. You're not sure if he's lying or not, but there's definitely
He has a gun on him, and he is trying to buy time when he should just be lying.
So
Zero trust for him.
I'm gonna grab him.
All right.
Look, I know things, and I pull him out and back up with him.
I can speak Latin. Does that count? I know things.
Can you read tablets?
Oh, all right. He rolls 100. So you say, "Can you read tablets?" And he's looking right in the barrel of the shotgun when you pull him forward, and he says, "Okay, I didn't take it. I didn't take it."
Where is it?
What happened?
So the Bose woman told me about the safe. She told me about the story.
I knew it.
And, I got her drunk, let her on a little. And I climbed the roof of the train to try and sneak in there. I got in there, and I saw the dead body of Isham, and I don't want any part of that. I got out of there.
You saw a body.
Yeah, he'd been killed.
What did he look like?
I mean, he looked like Isham.
Could you make a guess as to what might have killed him?
I don't know. Maybe he was stabbed. Maybe he was shot.
Was
Once I saw the body, I just wanted to get out of there. Look, I may be a thief. I'm not a murderer. I don't even carry a gun.
Jared's gonna run back to the room to her room.
To Bose's room?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was her, right? I'm not gonna.
Actually, it's right there. So you don't even have to. It's in the same car. So you're. It's like just step to the next door over.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to pry things up, see if there's like a secret compartment or something.
All right, yeah, you are not finding. I mean, there's you'll spend some time in there, but it seems it's just normal luggage. Everything seems like normal luggage.
I shout out. She's the one, like, because I'm kind of not remembering stuff because I'm dumb. But she's the one who told you about it.
Yeah, she was drunk. I was flirting with her a little.
What did she say about it? About the tablet?
Oh God, that voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
She told me that her husband was going to close a big deal with Isham, and that she got very excited when her husband was closing deals. And then she told me what she'd heard at the card game where he doesn't say Manning, where the guy who was full of him, the Mark, was going on and on about some tablet.
So she's just blabbing about this tablet.
God, she was blabbing about everything.
You go in to steal it. But you said you went in from the roof. Where did you go?
So I went in to look for the safe. So I climbed. I went out on the gangway there. I climbed up, went along the roof of the train, came down in the hallway window of his personal train, came to that front room, saw Isham, got out of there. I'm too pretty to go to prison.
I strongly beg to differ.
Well, different strokes for different folks. But I'm not a murderer.
Who else was around with the tablet? You heard talking about it?
The parlor car. I mean, she might have told you guys. I don't know. She was in there with you. I left before you guys did. Who else was there? Bose was there, but he mainly just seemed to be pissed off that his wife liked everyone more than him. Isham, Manning, me, and you guys. That's pretty much it.
All right. Let's head back. There's gunshots up towards the front, so let's head to the back.
I guess I'm going with you.
Yes.
All right. And he will go with you up to the parlor car. So you're just gonna go straight to the parlor car?
I'm trying to think of what else we might want to look at, I guess.
All right.
Well,
Well, you
his room.
decide.
Where's his room? Let's go search his room.
He didn't have a room. He had a seat.
Where's his seat?
His seat is in the first car. So his seat is way up at the front.
Up where we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't search it because the people were in the window.
Because we don't want to get shot.
No,
That was implied.
Sure. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that really, because it's the Boses. There's not many people who knew about the tablet, and if that's what we're focusing on, then we need to go talk to Mrs. Bose ASAP.
Look, I mean, I'm trying. I mean, how far ahead is he? I mean, because I'm gonna whisper to the other two, like, his button was in the car.
it was in the car near the goo, right?
It was in the desk, wasn't it?
It was not in the desk. It was under the desk.
Oh.
So, but his story that he told, he wasn't in the car by the desk, right?
No, he said he went into the front area.
Oh, okay.
And then when he saw because that's where he saw the body.
I still don't understand how the button was going to come off, or why Manny. I don't know that. Never mind. So I'm gonna take him back. You guys keep searching.
So you're going back to the parlor with Springs, And Susanna and Jared, you're going to start searching the next car.
May as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We cut back to make me a sanity roll, Abe.
Oh boy, that's not gonna go well. Oh damn. Oh no, what's 60-10?
That is a 1.
No,
Wow.
this is a 6. That's a
Oh,
60.
never mind. This is 60.
61.
60.
All right.
60.
So
Okay.
you have in front of you, you're going to lose.
Oh. I know
you're
what
gonna
I've
lose
got in
2
front of me.
sanity, as in front of you is the horror that you're pretty sure has just caused all of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This horror has been following me. It's been on my trail.
So you haven't ever really had a very close-up look at this thing. It's always been kind of skirting around people and that sort of thing. In front of you is a rat wearing a bathrobe with chopsticks, and on the chopsticks is some sort of dumpling. And the rat has a humanish face, and you would swear the rat is surprised. Like, it's kind of looking at you like, and the dumpling drops out of the chopsticks.
So my reaction is, holy hairy hell, and I pull my gun. It's you.
And Manning goes, "You know this creature that I have summoned?"
I mean, and then I'm like, at first, I'm obviously compelled to answer this question in the most logical way, going, I mean, we haven't met formally, if you will, but I know you were in that town with the thing and the goo and the...
Thanks to that ritual, I have bound this being, and it will lead us to the tablet. What now?
And I'm like, you talk?
What else am I supposed to do? Close your mouth. Flies are gonna go in there. Hey, wait a minute. Who? Oh, damn it. I should have had... I forgot the name of the spell. Who's casting liquefaction?
That's what we need to know. And also, where did you get that bathrobe? But also, are you the midnight nibbler? Are you the one that nibbled my friend out of here? But
I've
also,
nibbled a lot of things.
Was that dumpling good?
Yeah, it was. Look, last thing I know, I was in a hot tub in the Ritz in Gongju having these wonderful dumplings. And all of a sudden you pull me here. Hey, do I smell blood?
I just take my hand and kind of put it behind my back, and I just put it in my pocket.
There's like some drips on the floor, and he will like climb down off of the bed, and he'll go, "Oh, negative. Oh, that's good. Something of a drinker. Perky yet insouciant. A weird overtone of sausage."
I'm gonna write down perky yet insouciant as like if Abe was gonna have a resume, it's gonna be like right under his name.
Who am I tasting?
I'm not gonna say anything. Some blood we got. So who cast liquefaction?
Well, I asked you.
Actually, that's the reason why we called you here. We don't know who cast it. Someone has a tablet. We think that they used it to cast it.
I've never been summoned before. Kind of feels dirty.
I'm not saying what you were doing in the bathrobe at the Ritz, but I got you, man. I know what you're doing.
So you summoned me?
Well, technically he did. And then I put my hand back in my pocket.
Oh, well. Oh, wise and powerful wizard. I can give you anything you want. Just
I'm like,
a little
you could see
costume.
me in the background going, don't say that.
Anything? Anything at all? Oh,
Manning,
what
we
an
need to-
opportunity.
You need to find the tablet, not whatever hot tub experience this little rat's offering.
What's the tablet?
I mean, I can get you a hot tub experience, for God's sakes.
Please never say hot tub experience again. What's this tablet? Fill me in. I'm interested now. And he'll like climb back up on the bed and he'll like lean back and cross his legs on the bed. Fill me in.
You have slippers.
Yeah, he has tiny little rat slippers. Fill me in. Paint a picture. You got any more of that blood? So Lars will start to tell him stuff. And then I guess it was you said a liquefaction ritual? Yeah, that's a nasty one. Somebody casts it on you and you start to dissolve. But if you stay perfectly still, you dissolve slowly. But the more you move, you dissolve faster.
That is
Nasty
interesting.
business. I can reverse it.
But who can cast it?
Well, I can. You want to learn how?
No, not really. But the question is,
Won't cost much.
Can you figure out who cast it? If we take you to
Look for the crazy person.
Okay. So far, I know like 6 of them on the train currently.
Well, you should seriously consider the company you keep. Hey, wait a minute. I remember you.
I told you. It was all your fault. That entire incident was your fault. My horse exploded. There was a goo monster that came out of a river. Manning, close your ears.
Manning
You and
is
I are
like-
going to have words later.
Manning is like looking at you like very confusing. Hey, you travel with that Wiener Schnitzel mit Kartoffel, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Indeed, I do.
Okay. All right, this is starting to make some sense.
It's making no sense.
He used your blood, didn't he?
Yeah. And I put it
That's
back
what-
in my pocket.
That's what brought me here. Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help you out, but Brown Jenkins doesn't do anything for free. So who's gonna pay the cost?
Look, Brown Jenkins, I've got money. I can get you another hot tub experience if you need to. It'll be a little more local.
Money doesn't mean anything to me. No. Blood. It's
I look at
delicious.
Manning. I'm like, it's your turn, buddy.
You can give me power? Oh, anything you want. And like Manning just holds his wrist out. He's like, I prefer the ankle.
And when I can't watch that. I cannot see that. I just can't.
All right, you hear Manning go, ah! God! Ah! Oh. I can feel the idol.
What idol? I thought you said it was a tablet.
You would consider it a tablet. It's really an idol. It's well, I believe it's a conduit for communication to Olmec deities.
Oh God, here we go again.
Oh, he's exactly right.
Okay, but who has it? Where is it? Who's the person? Who's the crazy person who cast liquefaction?
Follow me. And Manning like runs out into the hallway and he runs directly into Jared and Springs, who were coming down. So you come out of the room and you see Jared has and Elias have Elias is taking him back, right? And
Yeah.
Okay, so you see Elias holding a gun and taking a guy who the gambler you would recognize, taking him to the parlor car. And
Okay.
you get a disturbing image of Brown Jenkins like running up Manning's pants leg.
Oh, so Jenkins is coming with us? Because I was going to be like, you, sir, go.
You just saw him but there's no bulge or anything in his pants leg. So
Okay. So I poke my gun at the pants and just be like, which one is it? Because honestly, all three might be crazy.
So you poke a gun into Manning's crotch.
Hey,
And-
you.
And oh, look at me. Let me just, there we go. No, that didn't work. The joys of poor lighting, I guess. Manning is like in another zone. He's just like this way, and he's like moving forward towards the front of the train.
Okay, so I'm just following.
All right. So Elias, you see Manning and Abe come out of Manning's cabin and start to head towards the front of the train.
All right. Well, we'll end up meeting in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So what happens?
Out of the way, man. We're finding the tablet. Just let him go. Just let him go. Just let him keep moving.
Wait, what do you mean by let him go?
He's
Step
working.
aside, plebeian.
He's working.
Universal mysteries are being revealed to me.
And I'm just like,
Is it
yeah.
not, is it not this guy?
I don't know yet. We're just
He
things
looks
are working.
at that brain would not be capable of the sort of rituals. And he cocks his head, and you have a sense that he's like listening. He's like something, and he says, "Why, he wouldn't know a liquefaction ritual if it was cast on him."
That sounds like Brown Jenkins.
No,
I'm sorry. I know nothing about that. I've never seen the
Springs
creature.
is like Springs like looks around and goes, "You're sure you're the good guys?"
Get to the back. You'll be safer there than going forward.
So I can go.
Go to the back.
You got it. And he like takes off towards the back of the train.
All right. Don't interrupt. Just follow. Let's go.
Well,
Stop talking. Let's go.
The sausage man is
everybody?
right. Follow me.
Follow
he-
him.
He like Manning lurches forward, and you come upon Jared and Susanna who are going through cabins.
as soon as they go past, I am running, maybe with swiftness, to the back of the train to get Jonesy because it's about to go on.
All right, yeah, you use swiftness and you go zooming past Springs, who's like Springs sees you and he's like, "You said I could go!"
Just run past him.
And yeah,
bust
you blow
into the
right
thing.
past him. And you make it up to the parlor car. And Jonesy, you see Elias moving faster than you've ever seen him move before.
Of course, everything is. What?
Yeah, you should come. You should come. You have a gun, right? Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
All right, you head up. As your Bose is like, "I'll watch the door," and he like draws his like Derringer.
Yeah, you watch the door.
And Springs will sneak in before you go. And yeah, you guys will head up to the front, and you'll get there you'll get swiftness, so you'll get there pretty quickly. So Susanna and Jared, you see Lars Manning like dousing his way down down the train aisle with Abe behind him.
I think we
No.
It's not them, is it?
Yes.
It's them?
No.
And I point, okay.
And he will like shoulder you aside, and he'll start heading towards the second sleeper car.
We're keeping up, right?
If you want to follow him.
I was
yeah,
like, you
absolutely.
should come with me.
I'm coming.
Lars Manning knows things. Just let's go. Don't ask questions. Just
Well,
go.
more importantly, if he goes too far,
He's gonna get shot.
he'll be dead.
It's not my problem. He's finding the tablet. Let's just go. Just stay behind him. Just keep up and stay behind.
All right. Manning gets to the second car, and he knocks his head in again, and he goes, "Well, didn't you have enough of my blood? Just fine. And he like reaches back here, and he pulls something brown and furry out and puts it down on the seat where the conductor had been. And there was there's a pool of congealing blood. And Manning blocks the thing and says, just hold on a sec. I don't think you want to see this.
I whip around to Jared and Susanna. I'm like, look away. Just look away. It's too much. Too much.
All right, and I'll turn away because I trust Abe enough to know when I shouldn't see something because it'll break my brain.
I mean, I'm not turning around, but I'm blocked from seeing it, right?
Yeah, but you distinctly hear a small voice go, "He eats too many beans."
I don't know any of this. Are we done yet?
And Manning says, "Come," and he puts his arm down. The postal car.
Let's go.
No.
No? Who are you to tell me, a possible demigod, no?
Can you still be shot to death?
I'm sorry?
Can you still be shot to death? Because there's men in the next car that'll shoot you to death.
Because they have an awful lot of guns.
But we have a little friend that can liquefy them.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what he says. I've seen things today. I've seen things today.
Is this the puddle murderer?
I don't even know what those words are anymore.
Listen to yourself. Puddle murderer?
Is that Manning that's saying that, or Brown Jenkins?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Manning. Yeah, Brown Jenkins is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, good. It's safe to look, right? Right, Manning? I can look again?
Oh yes, my familiar is gone.
I don't also know what that means. I don't want to know. Go get your tablet, man. Go get your tablet.
I don't know the liquefaction ritual.
Right, and if you try to go into that other car, you're going to get shot, and I'd really rather not see that happen.
So how do we negotiate for the tablet?
You plebeians go and talk to them. Meanwhile, I will traverse the roof.
Have you ever walked on the roof of a train while it's moving?
Let me tell you.
I don't need to hear a story.
1847, Argentina.
All right,
sit down. I just sit down.
Yeah, he is like.
Let me ask you a different question. Have you ever?
I haven't answered the first one yet.
You answered it sufficiently. Thank you.
So as he's telling this story, Elias and Jonesy come up behind. And that was the first time I ever traversed the roof of a train carriage.
Right. Have you ever done it when someone's trying to shoot at you from underneath? Because you will be heard. And those boys in there are already itchy trigger fingers.
1852, Montevideo, Chile.
So I sneak.
What is happening here? What is going on?
Over to Jonesy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use the word weasel. I squeeze over to Jonesy and say, he's got the brown rat in his leg. I grab her by the collar and I'm like, the brown rat.
Jenkins is here?
If that's its name and it wears a bathrobe and slippers, then yes.
Bathrobe and slippers, I've never seen that. Does he have a brother?
I don't know. I mean, he's a rat. I'm sure that has a lot of brothers.
It's like evil Brown Jenkins.
Yeah, don't trust the Brown Jenkins.
As opposed to the good one. As opposed to the good one.
Wait, this is Beige Jenkins.
It's Purple Jenkins.
Tan Jenkins, yeah, okay.
Burnt Sienna Jenkins.
Manning says, all right. Manning says, but enough talk. You go distract the brigands. I will traverse the roof of the carriage.
Why are you going?
Because I'm the hero here. And I might be a demigod.
Can I climb up and watch him die?
You know what? Yes.
I'm going to say, Jenkins, are you here?
Manning says, He doesn't think your friends are prepared to see him.
You've already shown some of them.
You, if you would only embrace the power, you could be a demigod as well. You lack ambition. I lack for nothing. Now, commence with the plan. Underlings, distract. I'm to the roof. And he starts to head to the space between the two cars.
I'm just gonna look at Jared and Elias and be like, I'm doing no such thing. I'm not getting shot for that fuckhead.
I'm going up with him.
Actually,
All right.
As soon as Jared's going. Oh, well, I think he's our distraction. So, what is our plan?
A little harmonica, sir?
Ooh, how many people have the harmonicas? You could do like a whole
dueling harmonicas.
So wait. So Abe, what happened? What is going on?
I can't even begin to tell you the weird things that happened. All I know is that all of that weirdness has combined into a ball of insanity, and it is now on the roof of the train asking for a diversion. And I mean, other than me stripping naked and run around the train, I'm not too sure what else to do at this point, because we've seen all the crazy shit that there can be seen, and there is no more.
Okay.
He's going to be on the... Go.
But what you're saying is the tablet is up there.
No, the tablet is in that car. The crazy man with the rat is on the roof, and I'm just out. I think I need a drink. Where's that whiskey? Somebody help me immediately.
Don't drink from your flask.
I have brand new flasks.
He said he was shouting something about the postal car, wasn't he?
I thought that was that way.
So
That's further ahead.
Yeah, postal car is the one directly after the engine.
So whoever took it, put it in the postal car and went to the back, or whoever took it is up there and is one of the Hensley people, or your Nash fellow.
He got the ever living crap kicked out of him.
At this point, somebody's guilty.
Somebody's mucking about, but we don't have a lot of time. We need to figure this out. We're getting close.
All right.
Jonesy, can you smell the tablet or whatever this crazy man is doing? Can you do that as well?
Okay, but can I feel Jenkins?
Are you calling for him? Are you
If I call him, he will come and he will bite me.
Holy cow. Okay.
Is that... Go ahead. Sorry, I was gonna make a stupid statement, because I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but I'd be willing to do it if it would fix everything. Let's see if he will come.
Do you think it will fix everything?
I think it's time to just get off this train. Just stop the train. I'm getting off.
I want my rifle, and my rifle's in
I
want
to go home.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you.
But I'm gonna call him and see if he can help.
All right. You in your head, you think like Brown Jenkins. Hello, you've reached Brown Jenkins. If this is an urgent emergency, please present your ankle.
Brown Jenkins doesn't have a service? Come on.
Do you think, guys?
What's happening?
Jenkins, I can call him. He could help us.
There's got to be another way.
Help us do what?
Who did this? Who did this? Who do we think did this?
I mean, there ain't many people who we haven't seen yet. So
I still think it's a lady.
I think the lady
cut to the roof of the train. Jared, make me a spot hidden roll.
Have fun, buddy.
Oh, spot hidden? I almost wanted to climb. Oh, I actually made it. 20. Did I get I got a hard. Ooh.
All right. There is Manning apparently has not noticed yet, but as you climb up, it is very cold. There is a ton of wind. Manning is like leaning into it, but you see up ahead, maybe on the roof of the postal car, it looks like a figure in some sort of cloak. There's like a cape or something flapping in the wind behind this figure on the roof of the postal car.
Can I run up to him? Not the cloaked figure, but Manning, and tap his shoulder and point. I'm assuming it's hard to talk.
Yeah, it's quite loud, quite cool. And he like nods.
And like I push him down a little. I crouch down as well. I don't know if he's spotted us yet. I'm guessing he's keeping.
When you push him down, he like shoulders you off, and he like makes like a heroic pose.
He's a good decoy. Okay.
And
I'll creep behind him.
Somehow, over all the noise, you hear the word demigod, and he like jumps from the car you were on onto the roof of the car where the hostages are.
I wanted to say if I could try to time the jump with him, because he's going to make noise. And if we both go at once and he's running forward, he's an excellent distraction.
It's true. All right, make me let's call it a dexterity roll. Or your jump, whichever is better.
The dexterity, I make it by 2.
All right, yeah. So you both jump at the same time. You kind of like, you jump normally. He like leaps across and he lands like this, and he like points at the thing with the cloak, and he starts yelling. And he's like tromping forward. You
Can I creep forward and just hope that the amount of sound that he's making is more distracting than any sound that I'm making if I move?
How far are you staying away from him?
Oh, I mean, I want to be behind him for one, because he's my meat shield. I mean, as he goes, it's more like I'm going to be slower and he's going to get further away from me.
Okay. Make me a luck roll.
50 out of 55. Yeah, I make it.
All right. So just in front of you, you see the roof of the train serrate as a shotgun blast just fires straight up. And that's going to be 4d6 of damage to our buddy Lars Manning. All right. He just took 17 points of damage. He gets blown off the train. He like you see him like the force of the shotgun blast like lifts him off his feet, and then the wind of the rushing train catches him and he just goes flying backwards off into the darkness.
I'm gonna crouch down for a while.
There's now it was buckshot. It looks very familiar. And so the roof now has all these tiny little holes in it.
Small blessings. It's a good thing it's not daylight.
Cut back to the train. You guys are discussing your plan, and a shotgun goes off in the car ahead. You heard footsteps going along the train.
That was our distraction. We got to go.
Yeah, well, that ended predictably.
Where's Jared?
Oh, Jared, as you are like, as he is blown off the thing, you just hear a voice, "Demigod!"
Does he bounce off the train behind that we were on?
Oh, is the person who was at the window still at the window?
Yes, although he's like he looks back when the shotgun goes off.
I'm gonna shoot him.
All right, you've got Deadeye. So you will not have a penalty die on this ridiculously hard shot as you are firing through 2 glass windows.
Use the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably have to use the inspiration.
We're right with you on
Jay
it.
Matthews says,
Yeah,
"Give
you
me
are.
gone."
So that's a miss on the first one.
Yep.
All right.
Do it.
Come on, baby.
That's too far to spend.
But if
Hold
it's advantage from it, you can do the first one.
Yeah, if the first roll was less, you could spend the luck for the first roll.
No, the first
No,
one
no,
was
it
like
wasn't.
60 something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not worth it.
All right, so you fire,
That's a miss.
and it goes through the first window, no problem. But the first, like, as the first window shatters, it changes the trajectory of the bullet and deflects off. So the first window is now shattered.
Bonus.
And the guy whips his head around.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
More time.
Well, with that one pane of glass broken, I'll draw on fire as well.
All right, I think I'm going to put us in initiatives now.
I kind of figured, so I was like, let's get this started.
Okay. I need to look up some stats very quickly here.
We're gonna get ourselves together and figure out what we're gonna do.
Guns.
Guns going. Guns going. All right.
You've met us, right?
Woof. Dex 35. Ouch. All right.
Oh.
So I think 80, Susanna, and you have, quick draw is a weird, I'm going to say.
Quick draw is weird in that respect, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that if you're firing, you have a ready firearm, so you're going at 130.
Okay.
So go ahead and take your shot. You will have a penalty die on this because you don't have Deadeye.
Right. So. Oh my God, I just made it with the penalty die. 62 out of 63.
All right, roll your damage.
And that is a 1d10 plus something. 2. Yes, 7 points of damage.
All right. Poor Jack Turpin. Oh, 7? Okay. Jack Turpin did not enjoy that.
Can't imagine.
Okay. That was 130's. Elias, you also have a readied firearm. If you're going to fire, you will add 50 to your, so you'll go on 120 something.
Okay. That's not 2.
All right.
That is an extreme
Well, that is
success.
double damage. So
Okay. What is it? 2D 1d10?
I think
Plus
it's 1d10 plus 2 for that.
Yeah, if it's the same
Nice.
system that I have.
Oh, hold on. These are Birds of Paradise dice.
So it's 10 to 10 or is 10 to 0?
10 is 10.
Yeah, 10 is 1. No, if it's the
No,
10s die,
no,
10
yeah,
is
it was. So that was 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Well, 3 points doubled.
Yeah. So you do 6 points of damage, and
6 plus 2.
No, it was a 1.
no, it was 1 plus 2. Yeah.
Ah.
2 plus
4.
1 plus 2 plus 1.
That
That was
Um,
a
movie in
terrible.
ages.
Jack
Oh,
Turpin staggers away, like falls back away from the window
Okay.
after 2 very impressive shots. Although one, like, you got him like right in the cheek, Elias. You just, it was clearly in the head, not great. He's definitely not happy. He seems like he is out of the fight now. All right. I think that was you were the only 80. So 7. Let's see.
Can I duck back under cover while that happens?
You can, so if you're firing, you're firing.
Okay,
Then
gotcha. All right.
So
That's fine.
all right. On an 80, you hear Jim Hensley saying, well, actually, everybody make listen rolls.
Except for me, right?
Except for you, yes.
I think it would be a bit. Well, there's all the holes in the top. Maybe.
Nah.
I made it.
All right, Susanna, you hear Hensley like angrily yelling, just shut up, let them come to us, and we'll kill them all.
I'll pass that along.
And that was 80, so 70s. Jonesy.
Yes. Oh, did you want to go first?
No, Jonesy, go first.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm also 70.
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to rush through the doors, down, rush, and I'm going to actually call for Jenkins.
All right. Okay. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
My schedule is freed up.
And on your shoulder is Brown Jenkins, and he goes, well, this didn't go well. I should have stayed in Gongju. What?
There's somebody with very awful magic on this thing. You know that. We have to figure out what's going on. Do you know where the
I'll
magic
tell you what's going on. It's easy.
Tell me.
Well, an ancient Olmec god wants its tablet back. Idiot demigod took the tablet, brought it here. Olmec god comes here to find it. Tracks him down, finds him on your train. I'm surprised you didn't think of that.
Yeah, surprise. So then now we have a problem with these bullies and bad guys on the train. They're not letting us get to the tablet. Did the god get his tablet back, or does he still need it?
You know, English is a very imprecise language. You know, in German, there's a pronoun that is, it's not like we, because you're using we, but it's really you all. I should not be in, there's a Venn diagram. People that are in trouble, all of you. People that are not in trouble.
So in Latin, I tell him, because he taught me Latin.
Yeah.
I tell him, shut up and listen to me. Did the god get its tablet back? Has it left the train?
It's on the roof.
If we help it get its tablet back, will it go?
Probably.
All right. So then if you help us with these bad guys on the train, we can let the god take his and everything will be fine, right? Everything will work out.
You know, that's a lot for just the blood you gave me.
You need more blood?
Well, always. You know, you could taste the erudition in that other guy's blood.
The what?
He was smarter than you. He got me. You know, it's nice to be worshipped every once in a while. I'm hoping he comes to out of that ditch.
But until then, I'm going back into no more Latin.
So you've now the weird thing
Yeah.
that's happened here is this has all happened like instantaneously.
Yes.
And Jenkins says, just take care of everybody in this cabin. Okay, you got it. And Jenkins like darts forward. And you hear him go, you owe me. That was 70. Jared.
Yeah, I'm going to try to slide 1 foot forward, and then I'm going to try and slide across the top to not make footprints. It's going to take a while, but
All right.
there's lots of commotion going on, so...
Make me a spot hidden roll.
Is this the same? So this cloaked figure, as I'm getting somewhat closer, is this
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a 97.
Oh, outstanding. All right. You so you are sliding very carefully, and you're like about to look down through the holes to try and figure out what's going on down there, when you are hit full in the face by the cloak of, like, the thing lost its cloak. And the first thing you notice is that the cloak is warm. The
Ooh.
next thing you notice is that there are a couple of, like, maggots in the cloak. Like, as it hits you, there's like a maggot like crawling on you. And the third thing you notice as you like brush it off and you push it back is that this is not a cloak. This is the skin of Hannah Bowes. So you pull it back and Mrs. Bowes' face, completely empty and like, you know, mask-like, is staring at you. And I think that's a sanity roll.
Is it though?
I mean, Abe knew she was up to some magical shit.
Oh, whew. Just a 93. I really
Oh,
dodged
geez.
that bullet.
All right. Well, you're gonna lose 3 sanity. I really rolled poorly there. I should have,
Me too. So I think it balances out.
All right. Well, the problem is I rolled the Cthulhu die. I didn't roll the Birds of Paradise die. Yeah, you are covered in someone else's skin right now.
Well, I mean, I shake it off immediately. I don't.
All right, so it just goes flying away.
Bleh.
And ahead of you, you see the person. So it's dark. It's very hard to see things, but it seems more like a cloud of things than it does a person.
Is it hard for me to make out?
Oh, no. Thank you for saying that. Make another sanity roll. And this time I've got the Birds of Paradise ready.
Okay, I burned through all the 90s. I think I'm going to be down to 80s.
Oh, Birds of Paradise.
So 95 is not
95 is not a fumble. 96 and up.
Barely.
You've got inspiration.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make. And besides, the dice are clearly on a roll right now. So
On a roll.
I know, but you know what I mean. I don't think it's going to get better if I re-roll it.
All right. In front of you.
Oh no, that's a 59. Oh, dyslexia. Cool. I still fail completely, but.
All right. So in front of you is an anthropomorphic pile of maggots moving as one unit.
Like, you mean like shifting around as one unit or moving towards me?
No, not moving. It seems like it is. It's actually kind of sliding down inside the postal car. It's kind of oozing in.
Okay.
You lose 4 sanity.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds right.
And make me an intelligence roll.
Fail.
Because
Is this to know that maggots don't do that? Because that's a natural world roll. I already know. Jesus Christ!
What?
What did you
90 what?
Guess what I rolled? Just take a guess.
I'm going to say a 97.
Under 5.
98.
Under 5.
Higher.
Thomas is going to get the
100,
prices right.
100.
You rolled 100?
All right. So
I failed, so I don't learn anything.
that's right. Yeah. You have not, Eldridge mysteries have not been open to you. But because it's a fumble and something awful has to happen.
I take a permanent sanity loss, but I don't gain the Cthulhu mythos.
No. Well, you still get but as the thing is oozing down into the into the postal car, its head looks to the sky and a horrible kind of harmonica-ish sound happens.
It got his harmonica.
Something horrible happened.
All right, that is 70s 60s. Froman.
I'm 50, so I was like, oh, we're shooting now? And pull out my gun and just take a shot.
What are you shooting at?
The window, just like
All right,
everybody
yeah,
else.
go ahead, do it.
I don't know. So I missed, but I'm still just shooting because it's what we're doing.
All right, what did you roll?
I rolled a 57, and my firearm is a something in here. I know it's not a 57.
All right,
my handgun is like a 37.
Luckily, no one is near the door. But yeah, you are also, your bullet is nowhere near the door. As you like shoot, you shoot up into the roof.
I'm like, we're shooting now.
So Abe goes, we're shooting now, and just blam, shoots straight up.
Well, that was unnecessary loud.
All right, back to the top of the lineup, and you guys don't have a target.
Correct.
But if you'd like to shoot again, Abe, you'll have plus 50 to your initiative and go on 100.
Okay, fantastic.
So I think on an 80, stuff will happen in the forward car.
Okay.
And also on an 80, you feel the train stopping.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, thank God I could get off this wild ride.
And go.
Susanna, you've got an 80 as well.
I do. But Jonesy just tore past me into that next cabin, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to move up after her more cautiously with my gun in hand to try and get a sense for what's going on, because I have no idea what the hell she's doing, and I'm backing her up.
All right. I'm gonna make an intimidate roll here for them. Okay. So the train is stopping gradually, which is very good news for all of you.
Yeah.
So you move up, and you get there just in time, and it, for all the world, it looks to you like Jonesy is trying to like grab something that is running away from her, going, no, wait. And then you hear a noise kind of like cartoon beaver, just this noise.
Okay.
70s. We'll start with Jared.
I think I'm slowly sliding up the train still, and when I get to the end of it, then I'll figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, you will get to the end of make me a listen roll.
You know what? I don't need to see the other one. I do not make that.
All right. Everything's fine. And Jonesy, 70. You heard that horrible cartoon beaver noise.
Yep, I'm just.
All right, you run ahead.
Yes. I'm just going. I'm just barreling.
And you burst ahead, and you see two skeletons like falling to the ground in front of you. One of them has Elias's rifle still in its hands as it is, but like it's almost like all the flesh on these bodies just disappeared, and the muscle, the skeletons are like falling apart as you get there.
Okay.
It's a pretty awful sight. You lose 1 sanity.
I was gonna say.
And you are now to the middle of the car. It seems like this car is now, well, you're in the middle of the car. 70s, Elias.
I'm backing up Susanna, who's backing up Jonesy.
All right. Yeah. And Abe.
Apparently we're going forward.
All
So
right.
I walk forward. We're not shooting anymore. We're walking forward.
Okay.
Order of operations is important.
Yeah.
Jonesy, you'll make it to the front of that car, and there's another skeleton like right at the edge of this car, and out on the space between the two cars to the postal car is Brown Jenkins with a toothpick. And he just says, "You don't want to go in there," as he points to the postal car.
Is the god there?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell them.
Yeah. Let him know. I mean, sure, you can go in there if you want, but you're going to go for a ride.
No.
All right.
I'll tell whoever comes behind me. I'll let them know.
So you all get up there, and Jonesy is like blocking the door to the postal car.
Is it
Important question.
Mhm.
Sorry. I've never seen Brown Jenkins before. Do I see Brown Jenkins now?
You do not.
Good.
Right.
But you do see your rifle
I
in a pile of bones.
pick it up.
All right.
Actually, do I see Brown Jenkins?
Make me a sanity roll.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that. Actually, I make it. What the
No,
hell?
you don't see him.
Oh, that sucks. Because I wanted to ask Brown Jenkins how the ladies were in like Shanghai or wherever he was.
Susanna, you in the pile of bones where Elias scoops down to get his rifle, you see Marshall Nash's star.
I'm gonna crouch down next to that and just be like, what the hell happened here?
Jared, are you gonna jump to the postal car?
Yeah, I think he's got to see.
All right. You make it across, and like you think you could maybe hang down and look in the window, or you could drop down onto the area between the two cars, but then anybody in that the people in the hostage car might see you.
I don't think he'd register the people in the hostage car. I think he would drop down to actually, if there's a way to actually go in to see.
All right. So you drop down there, and on the other patio, leaning with a toothpick in its mouth, is a small brown rat-like thing. And as you start to like touch the door, you have no problem hearing his voice saying, "You don't want to go in there."
And I go in. Yeah. I mean,
All right.
there's just this like, yeah, I've lost it.
All right. Jared opens the door.
Shit.
You go in. We'll deal with that in a minute. There is a braying sound. It like over all the noise you hear, like the what is it, the Christopher Nolan like
Yeah.
sound
For the Inception sound.
from just everywhere. It sounds like. And all right, is anybody else going in the car? Like Jonesy, you're keeping everybody from going out.
No, and as soon as I hear that sound, I look for something to hide under because I'm like, something's coming.
All right. Jonesy, I'm going to make you an offer. Well, not an offer, but would you like to have a roll to have a chance to have seen Jared go in, or are you too focused on blocking everybody else?
Oh, I was really focused on
Okay.
blocking everybody. I figured Jared was going to come here, so I was really just blocking.
All right. So you, Jared, you come in, and the postal car is being torn apart by what can only be described as pseudopods of collections of awful insects. There seems to be a central humanoid mass of them, but they keep like shooting out, and as you come in, it rips open a package and it pulls out. Slithy Tove, would you be so good as to hand Jonesy the tablet?
What?
He's dealing with the delay, I think.
Yeah, there's always a bit of a.
You see a jade tablet.
Oh, damn. Look at her face.
Look at her face. Oh.
Wow.
Check that out.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's almost
Well
like
done.
Crackle Fridays.
I feel so bad because he was like, "Hey, what's up with this tablet?" I'm like, "Well, it's literally a MacGuffin and will be probably be disappearing unless somebody can get their hands on it." But awesome, thank you so much, Slithy Tov. That is so incredible.
Oh, can I get my hands on it then?
Touch it, Mike. Touch it.
We got bits if you touch it.
Yeah, that's right. You'll
Yeah.
get to.
You do get bits.
So you the pseudopods grab it, and the head of the thing turns around and looks at you. Leave now, and you will remain solid.
Just don't tear open the dynamite, and I back out.
And as you just as you step across to the other car, something massive and dark swoops down out of the sky, grabs the postal car, and starts to pull it up. And you really think that figuring out how to decouple this car is it's like it's straining, but it's slowly lifting up, and there are massive leathery wings that are just working overtime as it's trying to chug this car up, and that noise.
Yeah, okay. I think I can do that much. I mean,
All right.
well, dice permit.
No, you'll get it uncoupled. Well, make me a roll. Let's see how quickly you do it.
Would this be mechanical repair?
Yeah.
Ooh, I make it.
All right. So in the train, you just start to realize that you're lifting up off of the track, and then it slams back down. This thing, Jared, you see far more of it than you want to, takes the postal car. The engine is like hanging down off of the coupling, and it just flies off into the mountains.
So the bugs don't set off the dynamite? Oh.
Let's make me a luck roll.
I made it.
All right. So
Does that mean it does or doesn't?
which do you prefer?
I mean, if the horrible, it would make me feel better to see it all go up in flames.
We've got bits for shit to we've got bits to have the train blow up.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so-
yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, as it
Put it
sort
in.
of arcs away, all of a sudden there's a loud boom, and the postal car explodes, and the engine kind of falls into the ground nose down. And the flying thing kind of doesn't know how to react, and kind of arches backwards, and then takes off flying into the mountains.
I think
Now,
at this point, Elias has fallen over and hiding.
Yeah, I sat down when the car fell down. It's like,
Yeah, we're out of initiatives now. So
yeah.
everybody inside the car felt the train being pulled up, and then it slammed back down. And Jared, you are you gonna like just walk back into the car? Is
Yeah,
that...
I'll walk back in and just like whiskey.
You see this shaking hand with like a thing come up from Abe like this. Like, here you go, buddy. Here you go. I got you.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this Abe's flask? Is this a Abe flask?
It's
a
new
new.
flasks. How
Yeah.
many times do I have to tell you people? New. I bought all new
He did
flasks.
buy all new.
And what'd you do with the old ones?
I left them in town.
Yeah, they stayed in Blackwater.
Well, someone's going to experience
Yeah,
that.
I will put down all of that whiskey and then head
Yeah.
to the whiskey car.
Yes,
Go to
I was
the
gonna say,
parlor, yeah.
but there's a parlor car back there with whiskey.
Everybody heads to the parlor car.
Yeah.
So about 4 hours, a train comes. A search train was sent out to figure out where you were, and when they find you, they're going to take everyone. What do you tell Mr. Bowes?
Ooh.
When we go back,
Yeah.
That his wife was cheating on him with the archaeologist, and the two of them ran off and uncoupled the train and ran off with the engine into the night.
the engine blew up and it fell down.
I don't know
right?
what I
we
don't
could
know
see
what
it.
happened to his wife.
Could we see the
Jared
engine?
said nothing and will not say anything.
The only thing they heard the thing blow up, right?
They
So I-
heard. They definitely dynamite. Everybody heard the dynamite.
Yeah, so we just say that it blew up.
Not accounted for, and a car blew up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the mail car blew up. Something
Do
bad.
the math.
Yeah.
The one thing I say to Mr. Bowes is everybody's got to pay for the whores. And then just continue to drink.
All right. At some point, Tidwell comes out with an ugly head wound. And
for hours does what is it, Lars? Does he cover and walk up behind us?
You do not see Lars. He's not.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know. Nope, you do not see Lars. And yeah, so you will, there's 4 hours of drinking essentially, as you're all like, nobody wants to walk to Reno in the middle of the night when it's cold. And so there's kind of a little party of like that weird, like we just survived the apocalypse energy of,
Yeah. And Susanna is sitting apart from everyone else a little bit with Eldritch Nash's star sitting on the table in front of her. Just
yeah, Jared is not celebrating.
She has a lot of thoughts, and none of them are celebratory.
Yeah, this is blackout drinking.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Can I make myself not remember what happened yesterday?
And Elias is like, what was that detail? Every once in a while, just like, when did we discover the gene? Just kind of just like writing everything down and being like, wait, when was?
Nash, not Nash. Bose will like he'll tell you everything he'll like go over the story the whole time. He's kind of interested. Like, but I don't know where my wife got to.
We sent her to the back of the train with you.
Yeah. No, I was watching the door. Lost track of her then.
Well, wait,
she's
didn't
okay.
Susanna say she ran away with Nash?
Yeah. Or with
Oh, all right. She ran
the
away
other guy.
with Manning.
Yeah.
Does Suzanne
Well-
even know?
No, but Jonesy is like saying whatever,
No, that was an out of character suggestion for what we say with
Yeah.
the information. But I don't know about Mrs. Bowes, so ignore me.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess I can stop paying for abortions now.
Ooh. And then I just liberally apply more liquor to everybody's glass. I'm like, that's just one more thing.
Yeah.
And then I say to Elias, I'm like, you know what? I think that rat and I could have had some good times.
What? What rat? What? Why would you? What?
I'm just saying, he's an acquired taste, but he does have good taste in bathrobes and hot tubs. I'm just saying.
What do you?
Oh man. So Ezra, did Jonesy see Brown Jenkins at all after?
Once he told you you don't want to go in there, he didn't like come back to the car or anything with you.
Okay, thanks.
Unless, I mean, do you want to have a scene with him? Is that?
I just was wondering if he was still around. That's all.
Nope. So the search train comes forward, and a representative of the Central Pacific of California line does a series of interviews with not very much information, finds out that there was a mysterious murder on board, and the conductor. So thanks to Jonesy's first aid, the conductor only mildly makes you all seem like idiots, and you know, you were more they were almost helpful, is his and his sort of speaking up for you kind of makes them not think you're into anything, and they report that they found the engine nose down in the snow as if it had been dropped from a fairly significant height, and there were one of the hijackers and two engineers dead in the engine. The postal car, bits of it are found all over. It seems like it blew up, and they find the remains of 4 people in the second car, although they just find the bones of them. They find a puddle of goo, and they find the remains of 3 people and the dead body of the guy you shot to death. And there's a there seems to be a polite agreement that no one ever wants to speak of this again. And they load everybody onto the search train, which heads back to Reno. And you make it into Reno about noon. And Reno is a very new town. Reno was formed in 1868. Although by 1870, it already has a population of 1,000. So it's new, but it's booming. But it is drastically underserved. There aren't enough hotels. There aren't enough places to drink. There aren't enough stores. It is a fairly transient population still. And you get rooms in the one hotel, and you have you were told that to go to the telegram office to get your where you're going to meet this Dr. Peterson.
I forgot about
Yeah.
I don't know if I've been sober yet. Like, as we're getting off the car, I'm taking as much alcohol as I can with me from the bar car into the next train.
Yeah, you brought a bunch of bottles on the search train from the parlor car, and
I'm like one of those drunks where when people are starting to be like, you can't do that, I just start throwing money at them and be like, shh.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So you make it to Reno, and for sort of solving it, I mean, you limited the death that it could have caused. You're all going to get 4 sanity back.
Ooh, cool.
For not.
Does that help? Because I'm almost at like half. I mean, yeah, I'm not great.
Yeah.
No,
there with you.
it's not, yeah, nobody's happy about anything that's happened. And you will each get, for saving most of the lives, which you did, oh wow, you each get 7 luck back.
Nice.
Ooh, I could use that.
Matters, yeah.
Ooh.
And let's go ahead and do skill checks.
All right.
Close out the evening.
Cat, darling, I need you to move.
Oh, do I get any of my hit points
Hit
back?
points back, yeah.
So you can do first aid, or you can, somebody will do first aid on you on the search train. Everybody who's injured gets 2 hit points back from first aid, and then every day of rest will be another point.
Cool.
Although I'm not sure that being blackout drunk counts as rest.
Disagree.
Maybe it's a
mental.
healing coma.
Yeah, it is.
What's your math?
22.
So
Cool.
for the not to be too mechanical about it, but I want to, because he's my buddy and it's awesome, I want to give a promo. Whoops, I shouldn't have moved. I'm all out of focus now.
Uh-oh.
There we go. No, did that work? No. Well, anyway, for this next session, for the next couple sessions, we're going, that last one was a test scenario, a campaign scenario that Chaosium made. And for the next one, wow, my focus does not want to.
Yes.
I'm just going to look slowly at the camera. There's my finger. See, it's in focus. No. For this next campaign, I'm going to be running as much as I ever use printed materials. My good friend and awesome Call of Cthulhu writer, Dave Sokolowski, has created a campaign called Sunspots. And that's the next arc that we will be playing when next we meet next week. We will start that by meeting Dr. Peterson and figuring out what's going on in Brighton.
Probably nothing good.
So go ahead and do your skill checks and all that. And while they're doing that, I will thanks everybody for all of your bits, your likes, your subscribes. YouTube, we love you guys. We routinely get a lot of love on YouTube, a lot of people watching us on YouTube, and it's awesome. We always appreciate all the viewers we get there. And we are excited to keep going and to keep, this will be a great time. Tell your friends to jump in. This is going to be a good time to start. This is going to be a totally new arc, a new story, so you can get in on the ground floor with the weirdness and the insanity. And is Lars Manning dead?
No.
Ooh.
Is he a demigod?
A semi-demigod.
I mean, Brown Jenkins referred to him as one.
I'm just curious if Brown Jenkins and Abe are going to go like carousing for prostitutes and dumplings like in San Francisco later. I'm just saying it might be a thing.
I want to see that one shot.
If Jenkins, if Jenkins had sent Abe to Vienna, Abe would not have come back.
No.
I mean, the next episode's going to be named Hot Tub Experience, right?
Speaking of, what are our quotes?
The quotes are, he's not crazy, it's the situation. We are on the side of good. I'm a rich and well-endowed gentleman. Maybe ditch the harmonica. Did you solve the puddle problem? Does anyone here know how to solve a puddle murder? It's always a new goo, which I'm a big fan of.
That's a good one.
I think he's our distraction. We've seen all the crazy shit, and there's no more. And I think that rat and I could have had a good time. I don't know. I kind of like. Did you solve the puddle problem?
Yes.
I
Then
wrote
we
that one
might,
down too.
You know, YouTube might think this is about like dog training or something.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards. Did you solve the puddle problem? All right.
New
So
news next.
everybody got their skill checks and all that sort of thing.
I wanted to show this one more
That is
time.
so awesome.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
Highly Tove,
Thank
you
you.
really outdid yourself. That is amazing. If I were a better GM and if I knew that he was going to make it that cool, it would have become a recurring thing versus just being the MacGuffin of a one shot.
Well, who knows what happens, right?
That's right. You never know.
There can be more tablets out there. They
Oh, you
can-
know what? We
Whatever.
cut to a coda of in the wintry scene of Reno. It's the search train is taking off in the distance, and sticking out of the snow is that tablet. And reaching out of the snow is a like torn up hand, and it grabs the tablet. And right as it grabs the tablet, you hear Brown Jenkins' voice go, "I told you not to touch that." And then we fade to black.
Well then.
So maybe it will come back.
Thank you. That was awesome.
I'm sure that'll all pan out to be just fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Somebody else's problem now.
Yeah. Although hot tub experience. Ugh,
Ooh. It's in a time machine, hot tub time machine.
I'm just gonna have to keep Brown Jenkins' fur out of the filter.
Brown Jenkins is going to teach Abe what the champagne room is. Or so I've heard. So don't forget, we've got another week of Quests and Chaos Entertainment. Monday, it is Dragon of Icespire Peak. And then Saturday afternoon at noon, it's Rime of the Frost Maiden. And then we come in the evening and we close it out with the Great Dane Society. And you never know when another board game is going to pop up there. There's when they get edited, all those cool graphics that you all like don't happen naturally. Those get added in post. So they take a little time. And yeah, I think there's nothing left to say but goodbye, internet friends. See you next week.